Ms. James, is everyone in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Eric Moore. This will be the Orca C status conference calendar, the Orca C final plea calendar, and the Orca B status conference calendar. I'll be presiding over court this morning. For those of you that are on Zoom, please recognize that just because you're on Zoom does not mean that you can act as though you're not in court with me today. You're to conduct yourselves as if you are in court in front of me in the courtroom this morning. If you're driving, I'm going to need for you to pull over. If you're at work, I'm going to need for you to find a comfortable place to talk to us that's quiet. You should not be moving around or trying to conduct any other business while court is proceeding this morning. If you are a defendant in a case, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We do have public defenders that are on the line and that are in court with me this morning. If you would like to qualify, to see if you qualify for the if you've not already done that, information will be placed in the chat on how to do that, and I will have Ms. Gant inform you this morning of how you can apply for their assistance if you would like to. We also have solicitors on the line who can give you offers in cases and let you know how to resolve the matters today. If you're not happy with what they offer you, you can still enter a not guilty plea and request a bench trial or a jury trial. Ms. Gant, would you mind letting people know how they can apply for your services if necessary this morning?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. If you would like to receive the services of the public defender, we have several on the line today. Wanda Gant, Javier Trejo, and Christy Wilson. If you would like to receive the services of the public defender's office, please place your name, email, and best contact number in the chat, and a member of our team will reach out to you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Gant. Let me start with the Orca C status conference calendar. If you are on Zoom and hear your name, please unmute yourself and let me know that you're here. Position number 1, Aquarius Alexander.
Here.
Good morning, Mr. Alexander. Let's see, do you have a private attorney or would you like to seek the assistance of a public defender today?
I would like to seek the assistance for a public defender.
Okay, so whoever is an iPhone XS Max, yeah, thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize. I have that Mr. Alexander previously applied for the public defender's office and did not qualify. I'm not sure if there's been a change in circumstances.
Okay, Mr. Alexander, let's see, is that the case? Did you apply the last time you were here? Can you hear me, Mr. Alexander?
Say it again, sir.
When you were here before, did you seek the assistance of a public defender at that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it was my understanding that you did not qualify. Have your circumstances changed at all since that time?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll allow you to make application again. If you'll go ahead and put your information in the chat for us, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Position number 2, Angelia Bolton. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. What are you doing, Ms. Bolton, today?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas, I guess, is coming to the podium. We have been in communication. We are still working on negotiating this case. I believe we would ask for it to be put on another status calendar, excuse me, our final plea status calendar, not a final plea, excuse me, a final status calendar.
Okay. Is that your understanding, Mr. Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will put it on, it's December 14th. December 28th is the next,
Please record, I have leave during that period.
okay.
I think it's already on file, I'm sure. it is.
Okay, you're fine. I know that's around the holiday season. Do we have anything that goes into the new year, Ms. Bolton?
One moment, Your Honor. I have January 11th.
That'll be fine.
All right, so January 11th. And that's gonna be another status calendar, Ms. Riley.
Yes, Your Honor, status calendar.
All right, very good. Anything further, Mr. Thomas?
Nothing, Judge. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll see you back in the new year.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day. Position number 3, Demetrius Butts. Mr. Butts on the line?
I'm here.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Butts. Do you have a private attorney?
No, sir.
Would you like to see if you qualify for the assistance of a public defender today?
I applied last time and they said I don't qualify for one.
Okay, what would you like to do today, sir? Would you like to speak with the solicitor and get an offer on the case?
Is that something I have to do?
Well, you're gonna have to do, if you've been here before, you didn't qualify for a public defender, you're back again. I'm sure the last time I informed you that you would need to hire an attorney if you would like to get one. It doesn't appear that you have an attorney. As such, we need to move the case forward. So what would you like to do? Have you tried to get an attorney?
Yes.
Okay, what's the problem?
Financial status?
Okay. So has anything changed in your financial status since the last time you were here?
Not really, sir.
Okay. So as such, Mr. Butts, if you don't have an attorney, you'll have to proceed pro se. Your options are, number one, to hear the recommendation from the solicitor. If you want to accept that recommendation, you can move forward. If you don't want to accept that recommendation, you can either ask for a jury trial, which will be before me, or a jury trial or a bench trial. And the bench trial will be before me.
Okay. I'll speak.
So what would you like to do, Mr. Butts?
I'll hear the offer.
Okay, so hold on for us and we'll get back. Thank you.
Okay.
Position 4, Abdullah Chihab.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Leah Madden here on behalf of Mr. Shihab. He should be on the Zoom call.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Madden. What are we going to do with Mr. Chihab today?
Judge, I have been in touch with ASG Riley. She's provided discovery as well as an offer. I'm just coming off of medical leave, so I haven't had a chance to really discuss that with my client. But I think this is something we should be able to resolve short of trial. So I'm not sure if we can go to the final plea calendar or whatever the next calendar would be. I think that'll give us sufficient time to get everything worked out.
Your Honor, if I may, if that could go to a final status calendar, so that January 11th calendar, please.
January 11th, status calendar. Accept fine with you, Ms. Madden.
Yes, Judge, I'm fine with that date.
Very good. We'll see you back on January 11th.
Thank you so much. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you.
Position 5, Peter.
No, okay. I also know.
Everyone, please mute yourselves. Your Honor, there are 70 people on the Zoom. I can't see everyone at one time, so everyone will have to mute themselves. Thank you. And again, please change your name on your screen as well. Thank you.
Yes. So if you're speaking and you don't have yourself muted, then I can't effectively communicate. So
It's
everyone-
Mr. Shabab, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hello?
You need to mute yourself, sir. Thank you, Mr. Riley. Position 5, Keita Dowsimer.
Yes, Your Honor, I represent.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes, Mr. Box, what are we gonna do with Mr. Dawson today?
I have been unable to reach Ms. Riley by telephone. I needed to ask her one or two questions. I've received discovery. However, on discovery, it indicates that there may be a video. However, it was not checked on discovery. Instead, by the GCIC, it said available upon request. In an abundance of precaution, I took a CD to the solicitor's office. And if there is no video, then I'm fine to probably proceed with a plea. But if there is a video, I need to, for due diligence, just need to look at it. So I anticipate a plea in the case, and Ms. Riley's given me a reasonable recommendation, I think.
Yes, Your Honor. I did call Mr. Box, but I left a message. I have not heard back. I will check. I'm not aware of a video for this case, Mr. Box, but we can certainly put this on a final plea calendar, Your Honor, if that is the only, or I can speak with Mr. Box in a breakout room after the call of the calendars.
If there is no video, Mr. Box, and that's confirmed by Ms. Riley today, would your client be prepared to go forward with a plea today?
No, because we've not received any plea documentation that we needed to fill out.
Okay, so.
And I need to go over that with him. So why don't we put this, if it's agreeable with everyone, on a final plea calendar? Is that agreeable? Yes, that'd be fine. And 2 weeks is enough. I think we're fine.
Is that fine with you, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor, but if I could still, at the end of the call of all of the calendars, still speak with Mr. Box in a breakout room.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Either that, or can you call me, Miss Riley?
Yes, Mr. Box, I have called and I left messages.
Well, I think I know the problem. If you can please call my cell phone number, let me give that to you.
Okay.
404.
Okay.
314-5588.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll conclude it. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're gonna put this.
What is the date?
That's what I'm about to do. We're gonna put this on a final plea calendar for December 11th, okay?
That should be fine.
All right, if you'll hold on, Mr. Botts, I'll allow you to speak with Ms. Riley as soon as we complete the call of the calendars.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
So, Position 6, Nicholas DeJohnette.
They're right there. You want to come up here?
Is this Mr. DeJohnette? Yes, sir. Okay, yes, good morning, Mr. DeJohnette. Do you have private attorney representing you? Sorry, do you have a private attorney representing you?
No, sir.
Have you already made application for a public defender?
No, sir.
Would you like to make application for a public defender today?
No, sir. No, sir. I mean, what do I have like a solicitor to where I can speak to somebody and let me know?
Yes.
They're me or?
Okay, so you can do one or two things, Mr. DeJohnette. You can either, if you want to have the services of a lawyer to represent you and you qualify for the public defender, then you would be able to get their advice regarding this reckless conduct charge that you have against you.
Okay.
If you don't want to do that, you'll have to proceed pro se, and I'll allow you to speak with the solicitor to give an offer in that matter. Is this your case, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's that offer gonna be, do you know?
Yes, it would be 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, the balance on probation, 6 parenting classes, and a alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment that is recommended.
Okay, so that's gonna be the recommendation from the state if you want to plead guilty to the reckless conduct charge. If you want the advice of a lawyer today, I'm happy to have you make application to see if you qualify for the public defender.
Okay, but you said if I do plead guilty right now, it'll be 6 parenting classes, an alcohol and drug evaluation, and what else?
2 days in custody, credit for time served, 2 days.
So I'll have to go to jail?
No, you would not have to return.
2 days in jail, so you get credit for those 2 days that you already served, so no, sir.
Okay, so if I plead guilty right now, I don't go to jail, There'll just be alcohol and drug evaluation and 6 parenting classes.
Right, you'll be on probation until you complete the terms.
Okay. Yeah,
Is that what you want to do?
yeah, we see alcohol and drug evaluation, 6 parenting classes. And is there a fine?
There's not, that was.
No, there is not a fine.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
We'll get you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Your Honor, I will email the paperwork to Ms. Bolton at the end of the call of the calendars.
oh, very good. So Mr. DeJohnette, if you'll just have a seat, we'll get your paperwork, you'll have to fill out to enter into the plea, okay?
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. Position 7, Terry Elliott. It was my understanding that his attorney has filed a conflict for today, so that will be placed on.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here.
Oh, good morning.
I'm doing double duty, but I'm here.
Okay, Ms. Edwards, I've got notification that you filed a conflict.
I did, just in an abundance of caution, Your Honor. But it's my understanding the case, I guess, has kind of hit a little bit of a lull. We got some communication regarding Project Orca resolution that was back in October, but it hasn't moved anywhere since that. That is something that we're interested in, but we just haven't had any other communication or any details about what Orca is. I'm not familiar with Project Orca, but I'm more than happy to discuss it with my client and put it on a final plea to resolve the case. It will definitely be a non-trial resolution.
The Orca calendar, Ms. Edwards, is a division of the state court whereby we are helping with many of the backlog cases. In this court, the cases that come here stay here, which means that they enter pleas here, they have bench trials here, they have jury trials here.
Okay.
And so we will, in one way or another, bring resolution to Mr. Elliott's case. If you would like to speak with Ms. Riley today regarding the offer and meeting the case forward, I'm happy to have you do that. And then we can place you on another calendar.
Yes, Your Honor, I have emailed the offer to Ms. Edwards, but I'd be happy to speak with her this morning.
I do have a conflict. I just didn't want to get it rescheduled. So you can put it on another calendar, and Ms. Riley, I will look. It is very possible, like you said, that you sent it to me. I don't see it in the file. I'll check with my paralegal, and I have your email. So I'll definitely reach out to you and give you my personal cell so that we can speak this week for sure.
Okay, so Your Honor, if we could, before putting this on a final plea calendar, put it on a status calendar, as Ms. Edwards did have a conflict the first time it was on the calendar. So this is our first opportunity to negotiate this case.
It's December 14th.
I have a leave December 14th. I have a leave December 14th, unless it's a 9 o'clock calendar. I can take a 9 o'clock, but I have a flight at.
Yes, it's a 9 o'clock calendar.
I can do it.
All right, so December 14th, 9 a.m. on a status conference calendar. If it is going to be a plea, Ms. Edwards, would you please get the paperwork, have all that ready to go, and we can get you out of here very quickly, okay?
Yes, sir.
I will email you, Ms. Edwards.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Your Honor, may we be excused?
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position number 8, Fernando Howard. Fernando Howard. What's the state's position? Whose case is this? Position 8, Fernando Howard. Ms. Riley, Ms. Gibbier, Ms. Marshall Story. So we'll come back to Mr. Howard. Position number 9, Samuel Jones.
Yes,
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
good morning.
Let's see, the last time you were here, it was indicated that a conflict attorney is needed on this matter. I have been able to get a conflict attorney, Ms. Bolton.
Or which position?
Position number 9.
Let me double check now.
Okay, Mr. Jones, we'll be with you. If you can hold on for us, please.
Okay.
Position 10, Daryl Lindsay.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Juan Dugan on behalf of Mr. Lipsy. I have received discovery and have had discussions with my client, and I ask that our case be reset to the next plea calendar.
Okay. You want this to be on a status calendar or a
Final plea?
so that's going to be either December 28th or January 11th. There's two.
December 28th, Your Honor, works.
That is final plea.
Your Honor, you said that's the final plea calendar, December 28th?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't quite hear you.
Fine. Let's see. Any better, Ms. Marshall-Story?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Position 11, Bryant McGee. Attorney Christy Wilson.
I'm sorry, Judge, I was messaging with Mr. Alexander. What number did you just call?
This is Bryant McGee.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is.
I feel like we just switched calendars.
I do not see a Bryant McGee on my calendar.
He's on the Orca B status calendar. I do represent him. He's on page 8 of 12, but I think you jumped calendars, Judge. He's position 26 on the Orca B status.
All right, I'm going off the same calendar that I was going off, so I apologize if it's out of order with any other calendars that we have out there. The only calendars that I have in front of me are the Orca C status conference calendar, which I have been going off of, the Orca C final plea calendar, which is the next calendar in line, and the Orca B status conference calendar, which is the next calendar in line after that. So I am at position number 11 on my Orca C status conference calendar, and on that calendar it says Bryant McGee.
I'm seeing Sheridan Merrick on that position, but Mr. McGee is present on the Zoom calendar. Judge, we are asking to be put on a trial calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna, I want to speak with my public defender.
I'll speak with you again, Mr. McGee. If you'll just check your chat.
On here?
Yes, if you'll check your direct messages. Judge, I'll speak with him and we'll report back.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Wilson. And we do not have a trial calendar set for December as of yet, so we will have to notice you for a trial calendar in January, okay?
All right,
Judge.
All right, and we'll give you the opportunity to speak with Mr. McGee today. Position number 12, Sheridan Myrick. Is Mr. Myrick on the line?
I represent him. He should be online. I talked to him yesterday. Myrick?
Judge, is it possible for the litigation manager to send us the calendar that you're now working off of? Since our calendars aren't matching up at this point. I've got Elizabeth Wynn as position 12. I don't know if the solicitor's office has that as well.
Yes, Your Honor, I do have Elizabeth Nguyen as position number 12.
Is there a reason that we have different calendars for myself and for the solicitors and possibly the public defenders? We need to make sure that we have this, we're working off the same calendars.
Your Honor, I will send the information to PD Christy Wilson. What I'm seeing is based on the notes, it says that Bryant McGee was a reset from Orca B status conference 1027, and that's why it's on this Orca C calendar.
Well, they're saying that on their Orca C calendars, they have a totally different calendar than what I'm working on.
Because Bryant McGee, that's the one that they don't have on their calendar.
Well,
And that's
but-
throwing the numbers off.
Right, we have a separate Orca B status conference calendar.
Right, and I don't know why it was put on an Orca C calendar, but I will definitely get you all that information.
It appears, Judge Morrow, that it's just one number off. What's throwing it off is that Mr. McGee is on your Orca C status calendar, but we're just one position off.
Okay, so what I'll do is I just won't call the numbers. I will just go to the next one in line. Thank you, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Raffoff, are we going to hold on Mr. Myrick?
I expected him to be here on Zoom because I did talk to him.
Okay, if you have his number, you might want to give him a call to let him know that if he does not show up, that I'm sure that the state is going to ask for the issuance of a bench warrant. So we will hold on position 12. Well, or on Mr. Myrick. Next on my calendar is Elizabeth Wynn. And I have that he's represented by Christopher Palazzola. We will hold on Ms. Wynn. Next in line is Christy Ortega Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
Hi.
Hold on,
Yes.
tell me I'm trying to share the video.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sorry, I've got a number of people. I don't see who's speaking. If you can identify yourself for me.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Oh, Ms. Hayes?
Yes, I'm her sister.
Okay, so you are Christy Ortega Martinez's sister?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kimberly
Okay.
Hayes.
Okay, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Thank you. You're represented by Keith Farmer. She's represented by Keith Farmer, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have you spoken with Mr. Farmer regarding this matter?
We have not spoken with him. We found out that he has been deployed. And we called the office and he was supposed to return on October 30th or 31st, but he's not returned and he's in a private practice. And no one is in his office to help him.
Help you? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. Let me see. I'm going to reset you all till January 11th on a status conference calendar to see if he returns. Hopefully he'll return by that time.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Is that fine with you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm in court. Can I give you a call
Thank
back,
you all.
sir?
Thank you.
You'll get notice for that date, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
The next in line is Nicholas Pittman.
Yeah, that's my case. He should be online.
Mr. Pittman, are you with us?
Say something.
Hello?
Yes. Is
I'm
that
here.
you? Okay, good
Yes.
morning. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, sir. Mr. Raffoff, what are we going to do with Mr. Pittman today?
Yeah, we're requesting a jury trial on that.
Okay. We will send you out notice for a jury trial in January. So, Mr. Pittman, you're going to get notice of your jury trial calendar that will go out in January.
I'm trying to get it resolved.
Well, do you want the state to put the recommendation on the record?
Is this your case, Ms. Githia?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. The
Okay,
offer
go ahead.
is 12-month probation, 2 anger management classes, 20 hours of community service, and no further violent contact with the victim, Juan Pittman.
You have to go to the podium so she can hear.
I agree with that.
Okay. Do you want to talk to him this morning, Mr. Raffoff?
Yes.
Okay.
I can put my phone number in the chat room.
All right, so let us get to the end of the calendar, Mr. Pittman, and we'll give you the opportunity to speak with your counsel regarding that offer, okay?
390.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The last position on this calendar is Devontae Roden.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ricky Richardson for Mr. Roden. He should be on the platform.
Yes, I see him there. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Judge, I've just been retained on this case. I'd ask the court to reset us to that January 11th, 2023 date. I did have a brief communique with Miss, is it Gathea? Gathea. And she's going to give me discovery and I'll give her my reciprocal discovery or whatever we have, so we can hope to work it out on or before January the 11th, Judge.
Okay, very good. We'll reset you for January 11th at 9 a.m. for a status conference calendar. If you are able to work it out, Mr. Richardson, if you will get the plea paperwork from Ms. Githia prior to that time, and we'll get you in and out as quickly as possible, okay?
Will do, Your Honor.
All
And
right.
also, Mr. Richardson,
Yes,
once you enter your entry of appearance, you should have access to discovery on the e-file system.
Okay, I filed it this morning, so.
Yes, you should get it from the system. Yes.
Okay, good enough. Should be there soon then.
All
Thank
right.
you, Your Honor. May we be excused then?
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Y'all have a safe holiday. Take care now.
Yeah, bless.
If I may ask a question,
Okay.
this is the Spanish interpreter. I was assigned for Mr. Francisco Mojica, but my internet blipped out for a few moments, and I'm wondering if his name was called while I was trying to reconnect.
Good morning, Madam Interpreter. It's not been called as of yet, I don't believe.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for letting us know that.
I am the Amharic interpreter for Mr. Daniel Abebekasha.
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
I am the Amharic interpreter. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, yes. And who are you here for?
Mr. Daniel Abebekasha.
Okay, I don't believe we've gotten to him either. So if you'll give us a moment to get through the calendars, thank you.
I have an update, Your Honor.
Yes.
For position 9, I requested a conflict and I received confirmation of the email that I sent on October 28th, but I didn't receive any updates as far as who has been assigned. So I can resend the email to see if they have one book. Okay. But they email me.
So we'll put that on the December 28th. Mr. Jones, are you there? Samuel Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Jones, we have requested a conflict attorney for you. We have not heard back as of yet. I'm going to reschedule you until December 28th so that we can find someone to represent you in this matter, okay?
Okay.
All right, and that's going.
Do you have a time for that? December 28th? Or I get a notice in the mail?
You're going to get a notice just as you got for this calendar, Mr. Jones, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's going to be a status calendar. All right, we'll see you back in December, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the Orca C final plea calendar. Position 1, Demetri Harris.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. There is a Demetrius online. I'm not sure if that is Mr. Harris or not, but he is scheduled for a final plea. However, after receiving discovery and having discussions with Ms. Marshall Story, we may be able to resolve this case without a plea. And I am asking that we be reset to the next final plea calendar.
Okay, and let's see, is Mr. Harris on the line? Demetri Q. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning. Ms. Gant, is there an offer on this matter?
Your Honor, what we discussed after reviewing the matter was to complete 8 hours of anger management, and the state would submit a null pros. After speaking with Ms. Gant, I believe her client is going to attempt to do that within the week. So if that does happen, I will submit the null pros, and this case may not end up needing to be recalendared if her client can actually complete those classes within the next week.
And Your Honor, he has informed me that he will be able to complete it within a week.
Okay, so would you like for me to place this on a calendar out of an abundance of caution, just in case that does not happen?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
We're gonna do that for the December 28th final plea calendar, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. May Mr. Harris be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, good luck to you, Mr. Harris. If you get that, if you get that done before the next calendar, you will be done with this case, okay?
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
sir.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Position number 2, Tangenica Lee.
This position will be null pros, Your Honor, and I will get the null pros over to you momentarily.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Githia. Is Ms. Lee on the line?
Yeah, that's my case. She should be on the line. I talked to her yesterday.
Okay, well, it's been null prost.
That's position 2.
Yes. Position 3, Tangenica Lee also. And for position 2, Ms. Githia, I've got 2 counts, a simple assault and disorderly conduct. Those both are being null prost.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and for position 3, the simple battery, do you want me to hold Mr. Reff off and so that you may?
Well, we got a problem here. She should be on. I talked to her yesterday. Here's the problem. The victim in this case and our client have pending cross felonies against each other. The victim is Elise Woods, I believe. And Elise Woods is represented by Kenya Bryant in our office and has been since
so you need
February of this year. So it looks like that Miss Lee needs a conflict attorney because we already represent the victim in this case. And again, both of them have pending felonies against each other, which we don't have here. We don't have those cases.
Okay. So regardless, Ms. Lee is going to need a conflict attorney for this case. I'm going to reset her until the January 11th show status calendar. And if we can, Ms. Bolton, make sure that we get her a conflict attorney.
She's been here every time. Again, I talked to her yesterday, so.
Yes. Okay. Is that fine with you, Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Position 4, Austin Morrison.
Your Honor, you should have plea paperwork on that case.
Yes, Judge. My name is Jacob Cutner. I'm standing in for Mr. Dickerson in this case. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Madam Solicitor. I didn't realize that you were speaking. It was a little bit of a delay. So.
Oh no, it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, we are ready to move forward. I'm not, Mr. Morrison, are you on the call?
I am, yes, sir.
Okay, so the paperwork has been submitted, Your Honor. We are ready to move forward.
Okay, very good. I do have your paperwork, and as soon as I get to the end of the calendars, we'll take that plea. That's your case, Ms. Marshall-Story?
Yes, Your Honor.
So hold tight from the council, and we'll be with you.
We will, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 5, Masani Sanan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wanda Gant for Ms. Sanan. She is present on Zoom. I have received discovery, however, I do not believe that is sufficient. And I am asking that we be reset to the next status calendar.
December 28th status calendar work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what's the issue with the discovery?
I am inquiring as to whether or not there is a video. I did receive supplemental discovery last week, and it's of course for DUI, and I do not have any video footage, and I believe that's important for me to properly advise my client.
You
And
know, yes,
I will
Mr.
look to see, I do apologize, Your Honor. I will look to see if there is a video, and if so, I will get that to you. Yeah.
And in full disclosure, Your Honor, I did reach out to Ms. Githia this morning, so it's not that she did not provide the information to me. I received discovery last week and then realized that there isn't any video yesterday.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gant. So that will be placed on the December 28th status calendar.
Thank you.
And
Good morning, Judge.
Be excused.
Yes, good morning. Yes, have a good day, man. We'll see you back in December.
Thank you.
Position 6, Arpana Singh.
Your Honor, with this case, I do ask that this be reset. I've been having difficulty getting access to the video. And if you could reset it one additional time, that would hopefully give me time to get access to the video and discuss this matter with Attorney Taylor.
Okay, is anyone on the line for Ms. Singh? Is Ms. Taylor or Ms.?
Yes, Your Honor, I am here.
Oh, good morning.
Dawn Taylor. Hi, good morning.
So does the December 28th status conference calendar work?
Well, I'm on leave.
I understand. Don't worry about it. It's
Can make it work, but I just don't know what my plans are yet. So
I understand.
hate
It's in the middle of the holiday, so that's not a
Thank you,
problem.
Judge.
What about January 11th?
Is that what day is January 11th?
I think they're all going to be Wednesdays.
Yes, sir. That will be fine.
Okay. January 11th, a status conference calendar, 9 a.m. And if you all can, do get it resolved, if you can get your paperwork ready for the court so that we can dispose of it quickly.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Anything else on my calendar, Ms. Taylor?
No, sir.
All right, you have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Position 7, Matthew Walker. Matthew Walker.
He was supposed to appear in person, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Walker? Oh, good morning, Mr. Walker. It's my understanding that this was going to be a plea today. Is that right? Okay, you're hesitating. What do you want to tell me?
Your Honor, is there any way I could speak with counsel regarding this case? There's some things that's come up. Is there any I can just be chosen? Is it right?
Whose case is this?
Mine, Your Honor. Ms. Githia.
Ms. Githia, Ms. Bolton wants to speak with you at some point regarding this matter. So I will, Mr. Walker, if you'll just have a seat, I'll come back with you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So as of this year,
okay.
A box full. Didn't have.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, that completes the Orca C final plea calendar. We'll move on.
Judge,
Yes.
sorry, if I could, before you move on, if we could go back to the Orca C status calendar.
Yes, Ms. Wilson.
Position 1, Mr. Alexander did qualify for our services.
Okay.
He's going to stay on the Zoom call. If the state would relay an offer to us, I'll discuss that with him and report back.
Would you like to just go ahead and get that offer on the record right now, Ms. Wilson?
Oh, that would be great if they have one, yes.
Ms. Riley, is this your case?
Yes, Your
Excuse
Honor.
me, y'all can say that one more time. I was just talking on the phone with my
Okay.
probation.
Just hang tight, Mr. Alexander. I got you.
Okay, I apologize. Thank you.
You can mute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ms. Riley.
It's 12 months to serve 5 days, the balance on probation, 8 anger management classes, and to have no contact with the victim.
And did he serve any time?
To my knowledge, he did not.
Okay. Judge, based on the fact that there's jail time involved, I'd like a little bit of additional time to speak with Mr. Alexander and actually review that discovery. So I'd go ahead and ask that this be reset.
Okay, so Ms. Wilson, we've got December 28th and January 11th, which is your preference.
December 28th works, Judge.
Okay,
May Mr. Alexander be excused.
yes, we're gonna place it on a December 28th status calendar, 9 a.m. All right, Mr. Alexander, you are free to go, and I will see you back in December.
And Your Honor?
Yes.
All right. Good morning. Chris Palazzola for Elizabeth Nguyen. I apologize. I had some difficulties signing on, and I had my assistant just reach out to my client because I don't see her in the room.
Okay. Tell me your client's name again, Mr. Palazzo.
Elizabeth Nguyen, Nguyen. Yeah, it doesn't, it looks like it should sound like Nagayan.
Yes. What are we gonna do with Ms. Nguyen this morning?
I received an offer from the state. I haven't had a chance to convey that to my client. Hopefully, my assistant is calling her now. But I think this will be a plea. I would like to talk to the state, though.
Okay, so I'm sorry, whose case is this with the state?
Mine, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll give you the opportunity to speak with Ms. Githia this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, moving on to the Orca, the status conference calendar. Position 1, Mark Alden.
Morning, Your Honor. Javier Trejo for Mr. Alden. We have an offer in this case that's outstanding right now, Your Honor. The state is looking into obtaining some body-worn camera that the police report indicated that is available. We would just ask this to be set for the next status calendar on the 28th of December.
Okay, these dates are different than the other calendar,
Okay.
Mr. Trejo. So I have a status conference calendar on December 14th, if that'll work for you.
Let's go ahead and do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Does that work for the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, December 14th status.
Thank you, sir.
Is Mr. Alden on the line?
He is. I see him.
All right, Mr. Alden, we'll see you back on December 14th, okay? I'll take that as a yes. Position 2, DeMarcus Allen.
Mr. Allen, are you present? Judge, Mr. Allen appeared via Zoom on October 27th. He qualified for our services, but since that time, his phone number has been disconnected. So I've reached out multiple times, but I've not been able to make contact with him.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a bench warrant. When he was last in court, he was given his next court date.
All right, we'll get to the end of the calendar. Ms. Riley, and if he's not here by the end of the calendar, a bench warrant will be issued.
Thank you.
Position 3, Christopher Bailey. Is Mr. Bailey present?
Judge,
Yes, I'm
Mr.
here.
Bailey is present. We have been in contact. He's showing up as iPhone 4. Judge, we were waiting on the state to get us some evidence, but we were able to obtain the videos ourselves. I need to sit down with Mr. Bailey and review those, so I'd ask for a continuance.
Okay. And what other evidence are you looking for, Ms. Wilson, besides the
Our office was able to track it down, so we have all the video evidence. I just need to sit down with Mr. Bailey and go through it. It's a DUI.
Okay.
There are a couple videos.
Is that December 14th status calendar work?
That works, Judge.
Okay.
May Mr. Bailey be excused.
Yes. Have a good day, Mr. Bailey. We'll see you back on December 14th.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Position 4, Shamikia Barnes.
Good morning, Your Honor. I represent Ms. Barnes as well. We would also ask that this one be reset to the next status calendar. I think we just had discovery served on us this morning. So we would just need some time to review that and go through it with my client. There is an offer on the table, but again, we'd like to review it within the context of the discovery.
Would you like to be placed on a status calendar, or will you be ready to take a plea or go to a jury or bench trial next time?
When is the next final plea calendar, Your Honor?
They're all, both the final plea and the show cause will be on December 14th. The difference is if you ask for a final plea calendar, I'm going to expect that there's going to either be a plea or you're either going to go to a bench trial or a jury trial. So you'll have an announcement for me.
Right. Let's set it to the status calendar just to be safe, Your Honor. And then if we're able, we'll obviously move forward with the intent of entering a plea as soon as possible. But again, I would just like to be have a little bit more familiarity with the situation before making that promise.
Okay. December 14th status conference calendar, 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does that suit the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Barnes, if you're on the line, you're free to go this morning.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Position 5, Nancy Barali.
Ms. Barali, are you present?
Have you been in touch with Ms. Barali, Ms. Wilson?
I have not been in touch with her, but I know that Ms. Hogue in our office has. I was expecting her to be present today, although we were not ready to resolve her case today.
Okay. Let's see if you have a number for her, Ms. Wilson. If you will give her a call, I'll hold for your announcement.
Thank you, Judge. I'll reach out with her.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, again, the state would ask for a bench warrant if she does not appear by the end of the calendar.
Yes, Ms. Riley, thank you.
Thank you.
Position 6, Leonard Bennett.
Mr. Bennett, are you present? Judge, our office has had good contact with Mr. Bennett, so I was expecting him to be present. We have requested some 911 calls that we're waiting on, so we're not ready to proceed. I'm not sure why he's.
Mr. Bennett is on. Mr. Bennett is on Zoom. Mr. Leonard Bennett, we can't hear you, sir.
Well, Judge, knowing that he's on, I'm not sure why his computer is malfunctioning, but we are asking for that to be continued so we can try and get some evidence to provide to the state.
Okay. December 14th status conference calendar at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. May Mr. Bennett be excused?
Yes, if he can hear me, you're good to go, Mr. Bennett. We'll see you back in December. Position 7, Tiffany Blunt Alcantara.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nick Martin on behalf of Miss Blunt. I've spoken with Miss Riley about this case. The victim is actually on the call as well, the alleged victim. We wanted her to speak with the victim to see if we could get this resolved. So maybe if you could hold for our report, we may be able to resolve this, but I think we could give you a better update when she's spoken with the victim.
Okay, I'll allow Ms. Rowley to speak with the alleged victim this morning. Thank you, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 8, Mina Bonordi. Is this the one that we needed the interpreter for?
I don't think that Ms. Bernardi needs an interpreter, Judge.
Oh, okay, thank you.
She's present. I have not had an opportunity to speak with her, Judge, so we would ask for a reset. And I'll reach out with her and try and speak with her before your next calendar.
Can we, to move things along, Ms. Wilson, could you speak with her? Would you mind speaking with her today and also speaking with the solicitor, just so that since you're all here, you can at least get the offer and possibly move it?
We have an offer. I don't mind
Okay.
speaking with her today, but there's some complications. I think she was just released from rehab. I know that Ms. Hogue in our office has had extensive conversation either with her or her mother. So it's not something we can resolve today.
Okay, so the December 14th status conference calendar work for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
May Ms. Bernardi be excused, Judge?
Yes. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Position number 9, Questo Britton.
Your Honor, I present Mr. Britton. We haven't been able to be in touch with him, although we've called and sent some emails. There he is. So let me have a chance to speak with my client, Your Honor. The last time I spoke with the state, we had been discussing evaluating him for mental health court. We would like to set it for a final plea, just so we have some time to do that. But I do intend on speaking to him and seeing what exactly the situation is, if that would be appropriate, or if this is something that can be resolved.
Okay, so why don't you speak with him today and just report back to the court?
Yes, sir.
At the end of the calendar. Thank you. Position number 10, Andre Brown.
Judge, I represent Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, are you present on court? On Zoom?
Yes, ma'am, I'm in.
I see that Mr. Brown is present, Judge. I have spoken with him. I've relayed the state's offer with him. He is asking for a trial at this point.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I have not spoken with Ms. Wilson regarding the case after giving the offer, if I could have an opportunity to speak with her and negotiate further, maybe we can come to a resolution prior to putting this on a jury trial calendar.
Okay. Can someone, thank you. So I'll allow you all to continue negotiations this morning if that's agreeable to Ms. Wilson.
I mean, we'll be happy to talk to the state.
Okay, so, and if you come back after speaking with, there seems like there's gonna be some movement in the offer, Ms. Wilson. So if you come back and he's not agreeable, then we'll place you on the next jury trial calendar, which will be sometime in January. If you would like to convey a new offer, if there is one to Mr. Brown this morning, maybe we can move the case forward, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So just hold on for us, Mr. Brown. Position 11, Julian Browning.
Morning, Your Honor. We haven't received discovery on this matter. We would ask, but given the nature of the charges, we would ask to be set for a final plea. I don't think it should take too long to review and come to a conclusion.
Okay. Do you want to place on a final plea calendar or status calendar? If it's placed on a final plea calendar, I'm going to expect that it's either going to be a plea or that it's going to go to a jury or bench trial.
We can set for status again for the same reasons before. That's fine. Thank you.
And that will be December 14, 9 a.m. status. Position 12, Quanika Bryant.
Good morning, Your Honor. That's my case, Larry Korn, for Ms. Bryant. She is on the line. I would ask to place us on the bench trial calendar, please.
Okay. That bench trial, the next bench trial calendar is Wednesday, December 28th. Does that work at 1:30?
Your Honor, if I could speak with Mr. Korn, I sent him the plea paperwork yesterday as I thought this was going to resolve. I'm not sure what has changed, so if I could speak with PD Korn before placing this on a trial calendar.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll hold for the announcement. Position 13, Kenneth Crawford.
Judge, I represent Mr. Crawford. We have spoken. Mr. Crawford is present. I don't know why his camera is not on.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Crawford.
The state has made an offer. I did relay that to Mr. Crawford. Judge, I think this might be something we can resolve, but I don't know that we're going to be able to move it today.
Okay, and what's the issue as far as moving it today, Ms. Wilson?
Judge, I think Mr. Crawford has some holdups over why he was on the property. The state's not very sympathetic to that reasoning, and so I think I just need a little bit more time with Mr. Crawford.
Okay.
I was there visiting my grandma. My grandma stayed there since
I understand, Mr. Crawford. I'm well aware why you were there, but please don't speak on the Zoom calendar at this moment.
So I'm going to put it on the December 14th final plea calendar. So either on December 14th, there's going to be a plea or a request for a bench or a jury trial, okay?
Yes, sir. May Mr. Crawford be excused this morning?
Yes, we'll see you back in December, Mr. Crawford. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Position 14, Gerard Ferguson.
That one's mine as well, Your Honor. We would ask this be set for the 12/14 status calendar. There's a certificate of discovery, but there's no additional police report or incident report or more information. So we would like some time to obtain that from the state.
Okay. Is Mr. Ferguson on the line?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'll speak with him today as well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. We'll reset for December 14th. Position 15, Anthony Foster. Anthony Foster, is this yours also, Mr.
It is, Your Honor.
Yeah,
I would ask,
yeah, I'm here.
I would ask that this one be set for the status calendar. We have an offer where if he completes some homework, it will be null prost. So I would like some time to check in with my client and make sure that we're moving in that direction.
Okay. Whose case is this with the state, Ms. Marshall Story?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was the offer, is that correct?
That's not the offer that I have down, but I've had a few conversations with Mr. Trejo between last night and yesterday. But we can definitely move forward to the next status calendar, and I'll confirm all of that.
Okay,
thank you.
December 14th, status conference calendar at 9 a.m. Yes,
excuse
Mr.
me.
Martin.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was trying to. I would like to figure out how I speak with my attorney because I haven't spoke with him at all. So I wanted to get on the same page, see how I could speak with him.
Okay, Mr. Trejo, would you like to speak with Mr. Foster today, or would you like to make? I think he has some concerns that he hasn't spoken with you.
I can absolutely speak with him today. If the offer is different than our understanding, then I think obviously just leaving it for that 12/14 calendar is the best course of action. I'll speak with him today regardless. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So just understand, Mr. Foster, that we have a lot of people in court and on Zoom today. And if you would like to speak with Mr. Trejo today, you're going to have to stay on the line until he's available to speak with you, okay?
Okay. Quick question. Is there a number I can get from him, like a cell phone number or something I can reach out? So
Can you put your number in the chat,
Yes,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Trejo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it'll be in the chat, Mr. Foster.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Not a problem, sir.
Yep.
Position 16, Monica Freeman. I have Attorney Jacoby Hudson.
Your Honor, I have been in touch with Mr. Hudson. I did email him on Monday. I did not hear back. He may have a conflict. I did not see a scheduled conflict, but we have been in communication about this case.
Okay, so if
just
we
making the
can,
court aware.
if we do have a notice of appearance from Mr. Hudson, if we can give him a call to see if he plans on appearing today, and if not, why he's not here. So we'll hold. Thank you, Ms. Riley.
Thank you.
Position 17, Daniel Gashaw.
That's my case, Your Honor. And I know we have an interpreter present, so I'll hold so that I'll slow down a little bit so that she can speak as well.
Is Mr. Gashaw on the line? Oh, he's in person. Oh, okay. Good morning, sir. So
I would like to go ahead and introduce. Sorry.
we will hold on this case until the end of the calendar, and I'll give you the opportunity to speak.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Position 18, Marqua Givens.
Marquay Givens.
Good morning, Mr. Givens.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We'll be setting this one for a final plea, Your Honor. We have one piece of evidence that we're working with the state to obtain, but we think we should be able to resolve it prior to the final calendar.
Okay. 9 a.m., December 14th, final plea.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Givens, we'll see you back then, okay?
Yes, sir. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you. You all as well.
Thank you. Position 19, Kelvin Gresham.
Morning, Your Honor. I represent Mr. Gresham. This one, we will be asking it to be set for a jury trial.
Okay. Is Mr. Gresham on the line? Well,
I was in touch with him this morning prior to the calendar call, Your Honor. I will reach out to him. But I spoke to him yesterday and I spoke to him again this morning before we started.
okay, very good. We'll just put it on the next available jury trial calendar.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Your Honor, we do believe that the defendant was asked to come to court and was aware of the court date and should at least appear in court prior to this case moving on to a jury trial calendar.
It's my understanding that Mr. Trejo has informed the court that he spoke with Mr. Gresham just this morning and that he's requesting a jury trial as is his right. So we'll place it on a jury trial calendar. Thank you, Ms. Marshall.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 20, Andreas Haynes.
Judge, I represent Mr. Haynes. Mr. Haynes, are you present? Judge, I have not been able to speak with Mr. Haynes. Oh, he is present. The state related.
Call you, ma'am.
Okay, I did reach out to him just this morning. The state made a new offer in his case. If he could hold and I could call him during a break, I'll relay that new offer to him. We may be able to resolve that today, Judge.
Okay, very good. If you will hold on, Mr. Haynes, good morning, sir. Ms. Wilson will be in touch with you. Just know that we have a number of people this morning, so be patient with us as she will get with you as soon as she can, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Position 21, Deisha Hoffman.
Judge, I also represent Ms. Hoffman. Ms. Hoffman, are you present?
I'm here.
Judge, Ms. Hoffman is here. We are ready for a trial calendar.
Okay. That trial, well, you'll be placed on the next trial calendar in January. So you'll both get notice. Thank you.
Thank you. May Ms. Hoffman be excused?
Yes, have a good day, Ms. Hoffman.
All right, thanks.
And Mr. Haynes, if you'll check your chat box, I'll send you a quick chat.
Position 22, Willie Jackson.
I represent Mr. Jackson, Your Honor. I would like the opportunity to pre-try with Ms. Marshall Story prior to making an announcement.
Mr. Jackson on the line?
I see him, Your Honor.
Okay. So if you'll hold for us, Mr. Jackson, we'll be with you. Thank you, sir. Position 23, Justin Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, are you present? Judge, I have been in contact with Mr. Johnson, so I'm shocked that he is not on the call.
Ms. Wilson, I'll give you till the end of the calendar to see if you can raise him, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Position 24, Nikita Kazantikin.
Attorney Nick Kasatkin here, Your Honor, appearing pro se. I have recently, this morning, actually, I got discovery. I have not had a chance to review it. I understand there's also a video out there that the state has told me that they're going to get to me either by the end of today or sometime later during the week. So I would ask that this be reset for a status on December 14th, so I can review obviously the video along with the discovery and consider the state's offer.
Okay, is this your case, Ms. Marshall Story?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So we'll reset this to December 14th status conference calendar for the discovery issues, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Position 25, Brandon Main.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Represent
How you
Mr.
doing, Your Honor?
Main. He's present via Zoom. I relayed the state's offer to him. He has rejected that offer. So I think we're ready to go on a trial calendar.
A bench trial calendar or a jury trial calendar, Ms. Wilson?
Judge, at this point, we'll ask for a jury trial calendar, and if that changes, I will alert the court.
Okay, we'll place it on the next jury trial calendar, which will be.
What was the offer, by the way?
I will reach back out to you, Mr. Main. If you want to hang tight, I'll reach out to you at the end of the calendar.
I'm happy
right,
to put
thank
the offer on the record.
That's fine with the court.
The offer on a plea to the battery family violence is 12 months probation and 1 domestic intervention course, Your Honor, and a parenting class.
Okay. All right, so again, this will be on the jury trial calendar. And if something changes before that time, Ms. Wilson, if you'll let the court know.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you have a good day, Mr. Main.
All right. Am I excused?
Yes, sir.
And when is the jury trial calendar, by the way?
We don't have them set for January, but it'll be you'll be placed on one that's in January, okay?
I'll reach out to you today, Mr. Main.
All right. All right, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Position 26, Bryant McGee. Is this the same case that was on the other calendar?
Yes, Judge, and I did again speak to Mr. McGee, and he has rejected the state's offer.
All right, so this will be placed on the January jury trial calendar also. Is Mr. McGee present?
I believe he is still present. May he be excused?
Yes, have a good day, Mr. McGee. Position 27, Cyrus Mincy.
Yes, Your Honor. I see Mr. Mincy was in the chat previously. He's positioned 27 and 28. This one may be worked out today, Your Honor. There are some points I want to confirm with Ms. Marshall's story. So I would just ask that the court hold for our appearance. We have plea paperwork that we'll be executing. But again, prior to finalizing, I'd just like to speak with Ms. Marshall's story.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Position 29, Francisco Mojinka.
Morning, Your Honor. Mr. Mojica is my client. I saw that he is in the courtroom this morning. Discovery appears incomplete. We'll ask that this be reset to the 12/14 status calendar. I've been in touch with Ms. Kadia on that matter. And again, just because it's a DUI, it's a bit more complicated. We do need to see all the discovery.
What don't you have? Do you know, Mr. Trejo?
So the police, without getting too deep into the weeds, Your Honor, the police report claims that my client did perform field sobriety evaluation. The police report doesn't usually, there's a printed version of how they performed on each of the phases of the fields. That's not in the police report. There's also no video. If there's no indication of whether he actually performed fields, he refused implied consent, and there's no video of his driving or how he appeared on the roadside, then I think that would really impact not just the charges, but whether or not we want to enter a plea on the underlying offense. So it's substantial, Your Honor.
All right, we'll place it on the December 14th status calendar.
Thanks.
9 a.m.
Your Honor, may I be excused from that case? That was what I was assigned.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Oh, excuse me.
And Judge, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but if we could go back to position 20, can I get the paperwork emailed to me and then I'll get Mr. Haynes signed up for a plea?
Okay. So position 20 is going to be a plea this morning.
Yes, Judge.
Is that your case, Ms. Marshall-Story?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, I was trying to see, am I excused or do I have to wait?
Is this Mr. Mincy?
Yes.
Not yet, Mr. Mincy.
You say not yet, Mr.
Yes,
Trejo?
sir.
All right, if you'll stay on the line, Mr. Mincy, please.
Okay, thank you.
Position 30, Javier Pina.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron Friedman here from Mr. Pena. How are you this morning, Judge?
I'm doing well. Hope you are also, Mr. Friedman. What are we going to do with Mr. Pina today?
Your Honor, he's going to plead not guilty and request a jury trial in this matter.
Okay. All right, so the jury trial will be set for sometime in January. You'll get notice of that jury trial calendar, okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And he is online. May we please be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you all have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 31, Lonnie Pullum.
Mr. Pullum, are you present? Judge, Mr. Pullum came in the office earlier this week. We signed the plea paperwork. We're expecting it to be a plea this morning.
Yes.
He emailed me this morning. Are you there, Mr. Pullum? I feel like I hear someone, but I don't
You need to
see him.
unmute yourself, Mr. Pullum.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So Judge, we submitted that plea paperwork and we're ready to go when the court is.
Okay, I do have the plea paperwork here. And who is the solicitor on Mr. Pullum's case?
Sarita Githier, Your Honor.
Okay, if you'll hold on for us, Mr. Pullum, we'll get to you as soon as possible. Position 32, Anthony Ray.
Here.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, Your Honor. This is
Good
Attorney
morning.
David Heath. I represent Mr. Ray. We are still requesting a jury trial in this matter.
Okay.
Your Honor, we have not spoken, Mr. Heath, if we can maybe go into the room or we can get a reset to discuss this.
No, absolutely not. Jury trial.
Okay.
All right, so you will receive notification of the jury trial in January, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
May Mr. Ray be excused?
Yes. Have a good day. Position 33, Alan Rice.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Rice. Mr. Rice, are you present on the Zoom calendar? Judge, I had been in contact with Mr. Rice. I was expecting him to be here today, although we were not going to resolve his case today.
So if you if you have his number, Ms. Wilson, if you will also see if you can raise him and have him join us, I'll hold till the end of the calendars for him, okay?
I will do that, Judge. Thank you.
Position 34, Barane Richardson.
Judge, I also represent Mr. Richardson. Mr. Richardson, are you on the call? Judge, I have not had good contact with Mr. Richardson, but I will reach out to him once again.
Okay, thank you. We'll hold for your announcement. Position 35, Marcia Rodriguez.
Your Honor, she's here in court. That's my case. Could the, I don't know which solicitor it is.
Sarita, get the air.
Could you put that recommendation on the record?
Yes, it's the one that I emailed you, but it's 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, balance probated, family violence intervention program, 40 hours of community service, and no further violent contact with the victim, Kelwin Aravelo.
Your Honor, that'll have to be interpreted for her. We don't have an interpreter here. We would like one more chance to try to work this out, but
okay.
So we ask for a reset before we go to jury trial.
All right. We did have an interpreter present previously, Mr. Ralphoff. Had you let the court know, we would have been happy to help out this morning. So we'll request another interpreter for a status conference calendar on Wednesday, December 14th.
December 14th.
I am a Orca interpreter. What language are you guys looking for?
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
I am the interpreter for Mr. Daniel Abebe. I'm a Amharic interpreter.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We are in need of a Spanish interpreter for this particular case, but we're holding on your case that we need you for. So if you will hold for us, we'll be with you as soon as we can, okay?
All right.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. All right, so reset for December 14th. Are you okay?
Thank you.
And they may be excused, Mr. Ruffalo.
Okay.
Position 36, Bridget Scott.
Yes, Your Honor, I represent Ms. Scott. That'll be a plea today.
Okay. And who is the solicitor on this case?
Sarita, get the air.
Okay. Position 37, Thomas Stowe.
Good morning, Your Honor. I represent Mr. Stowe as well. He previously had a private attorney, a family friend accompanying him. I found out this morning that we are still proceeding with the public defender's office, Your Honor. I've been in touch with Mr. Stowe a bit. This one may be worked out today, but I would like the opportunity to speak with my client prior to moving forward.
Okay. Is he here?
I'm here.
On the Zoom, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Yes, good morning, Mr. Stowe. We'll have Mr. Trejo get with you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Position 38, Panita Tadeo.
Your Honor, Mr. Tadeo Pineda has been in touch with me, Your Honor. He spoke with somebody from our office the last time. I'm not totally sure who that was. I did not have him on my list for today. So if we could have a moment just internally with the PD's office to determine who's representing him and then move forward accordingly.
Okay. And do you have his number already, Mr.?
I can get it from him in the chat, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Tadeo, are you on the line?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Can you put your number in the chat so that Mr. Trejo can contact you?
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We finished position 39, Eric Tomlin.
Mr. Tomlin is present, Judge. I represent Mr. Tomlin. We are asking if we could have one reset to talk with the state. I'm not sure if we'll be able to resolve it, Judge, but I think I have some information that might be helpful.
I have the offer. Can you tell me the offer again? The first offer? Because I was told that they would try to get another offer. If not, if there's no new offer today, I'll just take the offer that I was given.
Okay, Judge, I'll speak with Mr. Tomlin. The offer that I have, if the state will correct me, is 12 months to serve, 3 days, credit for time served, 40 hours community service with a mental health evaluation, no further violent or harassing contact with Vanessa Lewis, and that count 2 would be dismissed. Is that correct, Ms.
Yeah, I would do.
DTA?
Is this, whose case is this?
I believe it's Ms. DTA's.
Okay.
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm sorry. The simple battery family violence would be null prost.
If
So
you
the
could
offers
send
for the
me,
simple battery.
if you could send me that paperwork, then I'll get Mr. Tomlin signed up today.
Okay. So if you'll just hold for us, Mr. Tomlin, we'll get you the paperwork. Position 40, Nadia Walker.
Yes, Your Honor, I represent Ms. Walker. We'll ask that this be set for the final plea. I've been in touch with Ms. Walker and with Ms. Gadea on this matter. We're waiting on some body worn camera, but outside of that, I think a final plea calendar is appropriate.
Okay, 12/14 final plea calendar.
Thank you, sir.
9 a.m.
Because we, Mr. Trejo, I do apologize. I thought I spoke with Ms. Wilson about this. I haven't spoken with you. Did you want to put this on the final plea or did you want this on the status?
I've had some conversations with my client. You and I can certainly speak. I think if we set it for a final plea, that gives us a few weeks for you and I to speak. We have an offer in the case already. I think final plea is fine. If you prefer status calendar, Ms. Gadea, I'll defer to you on that point, but I'm happy with either.
Just to be on the safe side, because you are requesting the body worn camera.
Okay, perfect.
So you want it to be on a status calendar? Is
That works for the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Wilson,
Yes, Judge.
I believe your client, Ms. Barali, position number 5, Nancy, is in court with us today.
Okay, Judge, that makes sense. I believe she was in person during the last hearing. I did just try to call her and it went to voicemail.
Okay. Where is she, Ms. Smith? Oh, okay. I know you have a number of cases that you need to speak with, Ms. Wilson. So when you're ready, at whatever point you're ready to speak with her, let the court know and I'll have her step outside and take your call.
Okay, well, Judge, after speaking with Ms. Hogue, I do need to meet with Ms. Barali. I think it's going to be a rather lengthy conversation. And it's my understanding that we have some stuff that we'd like to give to the state. We certainly don't expect on our end that it would be a plea.
Yeah. Okay. So you would like this to be reset?
Yes, Judge.
Status? Okay. And so that will be December 14th. Does that work for you?
That does, Judge. And if I have Ms. Barali's phone number, so I will reach out to her and schedule a time to meet with her, and then I'll communicate with the state afterwards.
Ms. Barali? Yes, ma'am. Your attorney has requested to speak with you regarding this matter. She is going to give you a phone call. We're going to reset your case until December 14th for a status conference calendar at 9 a.m., okay? So expect her call. She has your number and you're free. Yeah, she's been the one who's been calling you. So, okay.
I was in the wrong room.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. So
I have to go back to this room because I haven't received no letters and nothing about the court.
okay.
I just called the attorney, so she let me know it was a court date today. I signed.
Let's see if we can we make sure that we have her correct address? She's saying, Ms. Wilson, that she's not getting notice. So do you have her correct address, Ms. Wilson?
I will tell you that the address I have for her, let's see. I don't know that I have an address for her.
Ms. Smith, what address do we have for Ms. Ferrari? Can we just confirm it?
Your Honor, may I jump in? Or,
yes.
Or you, on Elizabeth Nguyen, I have I just got a call. I knew about it, but I thought I would have. Well, I thought it would have been done. I've got a contested hearing in on a motion to suppress in Douglas Superior Court. I think I just need to speak. I've reached out to the solicitor just a moment ago. Might be easier to I've got her phone number. Might be easier for me to either call her later. I just have a few questions about the offer. Was wondering if we could reset this so I don't have an angry Douglas County judge.
Okay. What position is that?
I apologize. It's Elizabeth Nguyen. I don't have the sound.
Okay. Okay. So let's see, you were going to speak with Ms. Githier this morning. You would like just for this to be rescheduled for a status conference calendar in the matter. Does December 28th or January 11th work for you?
How can we do January 7th? I may be in New York with family on the 28th.
But I'm sorry, Your Honor, I did not speak with you, Mr. Palooza. I was going to ask you to speak with.
No, I know. I only sent you a direct message like 2 minutes ago. But in the meantime, I got a call from my client in Douglas saying that the judge is starting to get irritated. So I was wondering if I could. I've got your email, and I don't know if that's the main number, but I've got your number. If I could call you, would you be available this afternoon, or you're going to be in court?
Well, I will be available this afternoon, but did Miss Nguyen ever appear on Zoom?
Oh yeah. She's Miss Nguyen. Can you say something or show your face? I've been direct messaging her. Let's see. Yeah, Elizabeth. Okay, there you go. Hey there.
Okay. All right, so that's fine with me. It's going to be January 11th, status conference calendar, 9 a.m.
January 11th?
That's
correct. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Okay.
RTS 1107 for Ms. Nguyen. We need her updated information.
Okay. Did you hear that, counsel?
I did not.
we need Ms. Nguyen's updated information because the last information was returned. So if we can have her place her information in the chat so that the court has her proper address.
Okay, yeah, I just found out she moved to Chicago. Should she send that to the prosecutor or to
She should send it to Ms. Bolton.
Miss Bolton? You got that, Miss Nguyen?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, please send your info to Miss Bolton.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
All right, thank you. All right.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, have a good day. Thank you.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, if we could come back to number 12, Ms. Bryant, Konika Bryant.
I've got 3 calendars, so you.
I'm sorry, 12 on the calendar we were on, is it Orca B status conference?
Okay. Yes, Mr. Corn. Yes.
Right, we're gonna maintain our announcement of bench trial on that one.
Say it again. There's an echo. Someone has 2 devices on. It might be Ms. Bryant. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Corn.
Your Honor, we're gonna maintain our plea of not guilty, and that's the case be placed on the bench trial calendar.
In your honor, I did chat with Mr. Corn in the direct message chat. So I
Okay.
no longer need to speak with him regarding the case.
All right. When's the next bench trial calendar?
Wednesday, December 28th.
Is there any way it could be the next one?
Next one.
I am also on leave the 28th, your honor. So
Okay.
Wednesday, January 25th.
January 25th work for everyone?
Ms. Bryant, is that all right?
25th.
Okay.
January 25th, yeah.
All right. So we'll see you on January 28th. That's 1:30 for the
I'm
bench trial.
sorry, your honor, January 25th or January 28th?
It's the 25th. The 28th is a Saturday.
Okay,
Yes, it's the 25th. I'm sorry.
no problem.
Okay, so did someone else need my attention? All right, so what I would like to do is I would like to take the pleas first that we have.
Can I make 2 announcements?
Yes.
On number 12 on the C status calendar, Sheridan Myrick. He is here in court. He wasn't here at the first call.
What's the number, Mr. Ruffalo?
Number 12 on the Orca C status.
Okay.
And he wants a jury trial.
What's the person?
Number 12, Sheridan Myrick.
Okay. Position 12, Orca C status conference calendar, jury trial. That you'll get notice of that, Mr. Myrick. It's going to be sometime in January, okay? All right.
Can I ask one question? I applied for my passport. My son, he's in the Navy, and I was supposed to go to Japan. Would that affect that? If I need waiting like that?
You can speak with your counsel for any questions that you might have. Okay. Thank you, sir. Hold on a second. So we're gonna give you. Which position?
17 on the Orca.
Yes, he's the one that needs the interpreter, correct? Okay, yeah. Yes. No, I don't need him right now. I know that I already knew that he was here. We're holding for the interpreter so that I can speak with him, but he's already announced that he's here. I'll get with him. Okay. Again, if you have another announcement.
15 on the same Orca C status calendar, That was Nicholas Pittman. We would like to reset that to try to work that out. Next plea calendar.
Is he here?
He's on Zoom.
I'm here.
He's the one who,
I'm here.
Okay, so do you want to reset this for final plea calendar, Mr. Ruffalo?
yes.
December 28th or January 11th?
Do you have a preference, Mr. Pittman?
I want to get it done sooner.
Hi, this is Juan Pittman. I'm Nicholas's father. I
He's
just
also
wanted
the
to-
victim in the case, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm also the alleged
father.
victim.
Mr.
Right.
Pittman,
Yes.
could,
The only thing I wanted to say is Nicholas has some learning disabilities,
Okay.
some mental health challenges, and so
Mr. Pittman,
yes.
I don't want you to say all this. This is
Okay.
being live streamed and it's on YouTube. I don't want you to talk about your son's mental health issues in that regard.
Okay.
If you would like to speak with Ms. Githia today, as you are the alleged victim in the case, I'm happy to have you do that, okay?
Okay, if I could, please.
All right, so
Can you get this settled?
hold on. So
If you could put your number in the chat room, I'm sure she'd be glad to talk to you.
Okay, what was her name again?
Sarita Githia. It's going to be
Githia.
under ASG Sarita Githia.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
12, 28, 20. Let's take the January, Your Honor, if we could. That's
January 11th,
January 11th.
status
Thank you.
calendar, 9 a.m.
And Your Honor, if I could go into a breakout room with Mr. Blunt, I believe he is on Zoom as Big Mike. I would be able to resolve both my cases. I did send the plea paperwork to Miss Bolton for Mr. Dejanet. So once I come back from speaking with Mr. Blunt, I should be able to resolve both of those cases.
Okay, so if we can put Ms. Riley into a breakout room. Who has position 4 on the Orca C final plea calendar, Austin Morrison? Which
Your Honor, I have that matter.
Your Honor, that's our case and we are ready to move forward.
Okay, so that's the first case that I want to take. And I believe, Ms. Githia, I have a number of pleas that I have for you. I want to take your pleas after this, okay?
If may I speak with Miss Bolton? I was supposed to give her a call.
Excuse me, Judge, I be excused.
Yes, Mr. Pittman, you're free to go. Thank you, sir. You'll get notice of your next hearing date. Your dad needs to stay on so that he can speak with Ms. Githia at some point.
Your Honor,
Thank you.
Yes.
what is Big Mike's legal name?
It's Michael Blunt.
Yeah, Judge, that's the victim in our case for Miss Tiffany Blunt.
Okay. Are we ready for the plea on Austin Morrison?
Yes, if defense counsel is prepared, the state is ready.
Just one, if I may, one moment, Your Honor. Matthew Walker is one of the cases I thought I was going to do a plea on today, but I need to speak with Miss Bolton first. Is she available for me to call her now? And if she can give me her number. Okay. Oh, you did? Okay, yes, I'll call you now.
Yes. Okay. And let's see, where's Austin Morrison?
Mr. Morrison, are you on the call? Was on the call earlier. He might be on mute. Mr. Morrison?
Do you want to see if you can call him, counsel?
Yes, sir. I'll do that. I'll try to find out what's going on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge. Hey,
Yes,
may I be excused?
yes. Did you put your information in the chat, Ms. Nguyen?
I did.
Okay, yes, we've received it. Thank you. You have a good day, ma'am.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Judge, I'm trying to get a hold of Mr. Haynes to do the paperwork. He's not picking up his phone. Mr. Haynes, I see you on the Zoom call. I'm about to call you. If you could just answer your phone, that'd be great.
When the court has a moment, Your Honor, I have announcements on 37 and number 38.
Which calendar? The status?
Yes, sir. That's the B status calendar.
So on 37, Mr. Stowe.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stowe will be entering a plea today. That's Ms. Gutierrez's case. So we'll be filling out that paperwork once we receive it.
All right.
And then I'll
She
position.
is speaking with someone right now, so.
Yes, sir. I'll shoot her an email so that she has that in front of her.
And 38.
38, Mr. Pineda indicated that he previously spoke with Mr. Korn from our office. I know Mr. Korn was on the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's still there. But if so, I'll notify him to speak with Mr. Pineda.
Okay. Mr. Korn, are you still on with us? It doesn't appear that he is, Mr. Trejo, so if you can give him a call.
Yes, sir. I'll do that. Thank you.
Your Honor, my apologies for interrupting. I was able to speak with Mr. Blunt. He should be back on. There is a statement that he needs to make to the court. However, he is on a device where the camera is inoperable, and he needs to find another device in order to put that statement on the record.
Okay, let me know when he comes back on, Ms. Riley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I've got a number of notes. So Ms. Marshall Story, as soon as we get Mr. Morrison on the line, we'll take your plea. In the meantime, is there anyone else that you need to speak with so that we can start that process?
Mr. Trejo, any conversation we need to have?
Yes, ma'am. Very briefly about Mr. Mincy.
Okay. Would you like to call me since you're in the courtroom?
Yes, please.
If you have a moment, sure.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
All right. Ms. Wilson, is there anyone that you need to speak with?
There was a case that I need to speak with Ms. Wilson on, I believe.
Okay. You're on mute, Ms. Wilson.
Sorry, I have paperwork for Mr. Haynes I'm trying to fill out, and I'm waiting for paperwork on Mr. Tomlin, Judge.
Okay.
And then I have one plea that is ready to go.
Okay, so we'll hold for you to get that done. Ms.
Thank
Riley,
you.
anyone else that you need to speak with?
No, Your Honor, I believe the only other person was Mr. Corn, and I spoke with him. I would be ready on the plea for Mr. DeJohnette, if you have the plea paperwork, or DeJohnette, excuse me.
All right, tell me, number 6, okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but may I be excused?
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
Tommy Stowe.
Have you,
Mr. Stowe, I just gave the update on Mr. Stowe's case, Your Honor. This is one that will be entering a plea. I just notified Ms. Gathia, so we can go ahead and start the paperwork. So please stay on the line for right now, Mr. Stowe, and we'll get to you shortly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
and is this? This is the pro se plea, is that correct, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Are you with me, Mr. DeJohnette?
He should be in the courtroom.
Oh, thank you. Mr. DeJohnette?
He got that, yeah, he right there. He has a handle on your own, but he says for religious purposes, I just want to watch.
Okay, thank you.
His last name's Green, right? Green? Oh, no, that ain't him. Hold on, this is like, I was. Your Honor, he stepped out the building, so I'm not so sure if he was paying for parking or whatnot. But he's not inside the business.
Okay, thank you. Apparently he stepped outside. Ms. Riley will get with him as soon as he gets back in.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm not sure if Mr. Michael Blunt has returned. It looks like he's connecting to audio currently.
Can you hear me?
Your Honor, would it be all right if I called for my client, Mr. Morrison?
Your Honor,
yes,
Mr. Blunt has returned, so I'd be ready to take care of position 7 on the Orca B status conference calendar. Miss Tiffany Alcantara Blunt.
and do.
It's not plea paperwork, Your Honor. I was waiting for Mr. Blunt to return. He's the alleged victim in the case. And I need to have him state some things on the record before I enter a null pros, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. Riley. tell me the position and calendar of the
Yes, Your
board.
Honor. It is position 7 on the Orca B status conference calendar.
Okay. And is Mr. Blunt with us?
Yes, Your Honor. He's listed as Michael Blunt.
Okay.
And if you could,
Mr. Blunt, where's Mr. Blunt?
You don't.
Okay. Is
would you
this,
like for me to swear him in, or would the court prefer to do it?
I'll swear him in. Mr. Blunt, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yeah.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay. There was something that you wanted to tell the court?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
if I could ask him a couple of questions.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Riley.
Thank you. Mr. Blunt, I want to recall or take you back to an incident that occurred May 5th of 2020, which resulted in some scratches to your hands. Is it your testimony that Miss Tiffany Alcantara Blunt is not responsible for the scratches to your hands?
Yeah. She ain't responsible for it. She not.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the court this morning?
No, I don't want her to be prosecuted. I mean, they can throw out the case or whatever the case may be, but I don't want her to be responsible for none of this.
Thank you, Mr. Blunt. Your Honor, based on, I don't have any further questions. I don't know if Mr. Martin does. He's shaking his head. You're on mute, Mr. Martin.
Sorry, I was on mute. No, I don't have any questions for him, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, based on that testimony, the state would have insufficient evidence to move forward with a battery family violence. So the state will be tendering a null pros.
Okay. And I'll get that signed as soon as we get it. Anything further on this matter?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor. It will take me a little time to get that null pros to Ms. Bolton, but I will tender it today.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have nothing further. May we be excused?
Yes. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
Position 6 is back important.
Okay. All right, Mr. Dijonette.
Yes, sir.
You'll come on up to the podium, please. Ms. Riley. Oh, there you go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning again, Mr. Dijonette.
Good morning.
Judge Eric Morrow, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put your hand down. It's my understanding that you are wishing to plead guilty to reckless conduct today. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Riley.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would expect the evidence to show that on September 1st of 2019, Mr. Dijonette or officers were dispatched to the Waffle House on Holcomb Bridge Road in Fulton County in reference to someone being passed out due to intoxication. Upon arrival and further investigation, it was discovered by the officers that Mr. Dijonette had a 10-year-old juvenile child to work with him, and the child was trying to wake him up. But during Mr. Dijonette's shift at Waffle House, he left with a co-worker to consume alcohol, leaving his 10-year-old son at the restaurant. And when Mr. Dijonette returned, he was incapacitated intoxicated to the point that he was asleep and was hard to wake. The state's offer in this case, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, 2 days. The balance on probation, he is to complete an alcohol and drug evaluation and any treatment that is recommended, and 6 parenting classes. Probation may become non-reporting upon completion of the conditions.
Is that your understanding of the offer, Mr. Dijonette?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Deschanel, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 007724F, you wish to plead guilty to reckless conduct.
That is correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You understand that you have a right to counsel in this matter, and that it's my understanding that you're waiving your right to have counsel. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You have filled out the guilty plea statement, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You go through this statement line by line?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the bottom of the statement?
Yes, sir.
Understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Do you give your plea free and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if you're currently on probation, that your probation can be revoked because of this plea?
Probation can be, I'm not on probation.
Okay, and do you understand that if you're not a US citizen, your immigration status can be affected by this plea?
Yes, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. DeJohnette. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Thank you.
We're gonna give you where you need to report to probation, and I'm gonna ask that you report within the next 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
You have any questions for me?
As far as probation, y'all will give me the information on where to go.
Yeah, we're gonna give you that before you leave today, okay?
Okay.
You have any other questions for me?
So far, so good.
Ms. Riley, anything further?
Your Honor, just to perfect the record, the state did provide the defendant's waiver of counsel form to the court. However, we in no way spoke with Mr. Deschanette regarding it, and you did just go over it on the record, but we just wanted to perfect the record that we did not provide any advice or, counsel onto that, as to that form.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Riley, so noted. All right, sir, we're gonna give you where you need to report. Do that within the next 2 weeks, and good luck to you.
Okay.
Okay?
So am I free to go now or?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys have a good night. Thank you.
Okay. I know that we had maybe somebody can help me this on the line. We did have an interpreter that was present. Can somebody tell me what case the interpreter was needed for?
Your Honor, the theft by shoplifting case. I'm trying to recall the name.
I believe if you're talking about the person I'm interpreting for, that's for Mr. Daniel Abebegasho.
Position 17 on the Orca B status conference calendar.
Okay. And
That was mine, Your Honor. Mr. Gashaw was here. I believe we had set that one for 12:14. Ms. Marshall's story and I were discussing this case, Your Honor. Again, without getting too deep into the facts.
so
of the
before you
matter-
go, Mr. Trejo, is the interpreter needed?
No, sir.
Okay, Madam Interpreter, we appreciate you being here. It's my understanding that your services are no longer required this morning, okay?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You do the same. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, Mr. Trejo, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just wanted to say the reason for setting it for 12:14, and Ms. Marshall's story can attest to this. My client, it's a shoplifting charge. He was accused of pulling some money out of the till from the establishment where he worked. Supposedly, there's surveillance footage from that establishment. We haven't seen it yet, Your Honor, so Ms. Marshall's story reached out to her investigator to see if they can get it. I believe if they're not able to produce that, then this case may resolve by other means. So that's the reason for.
Okay, so the 12-14 status?
Yes, sir. And I'll be calling Ms. Marshall's story now on that other remaining matter.
Okay, thank you. Mr.
So I
Trejo.
appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. I have plea paperwork for Walker, Morrison, and Pullum. Are any of those cases ready to go?
I believe counsel was reaching out to Mr. Morrison on the number 4 on the final plea calendar, Austin Morrison.
Yes, I'm actually
actually trying to do that, but I have not had any luck. In fact, I even called for him a few minutes ago. Mr. Morrison, are you on?
I am. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're
Well,
ready
he
to,
is on.
all right, so we are ready to go forward with the plea on Mr. Morrison, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Morrison. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Okay, Your Honor.
Yes, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. It's my understanding that this is going to be a plea to DUI less safe.
That's correct, Your Honor. The state has recommended 12 months to serve 24 hours with credit for time served, 24 hours, a $700 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol drug evaluation and treatment if mandated, the risk reduction class, 2 victim impact panels, and no drugs or alcohol while on
And-
probation.
And the remaining charges will be non-cost.
Yes, Your Honor, I've sent that no process to Ms. Bolton.
Okay, and I do have it before me. Is that your understanding of the terms of the plea counsel?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Morrison, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 004234F, you wish to plead guilty to DUI less safe, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Morrison. It is, Ms. Bolton, do you have the other?
Oh, do I have anything?
Right, so,
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, with the paperwork that was completed, the DPS paperwork, he have to appear in person.
okay. For the, and he needs his license. So he's gonna have to, counsel, he's gonna have to come down to the clerk's office to sign.
Surrender his license.
Surrender his license, and it's my understanding that there's some other paperwork that he's gonna have to fill out, but he's gonna have to come down to the clerk's office to do that. Can we?
Will
get
he
him-
be able to pick up an affidavit of first conviction in order to obtain a permit, Your Honor?
Yes, I have that in front of me, and I'll get that signed, and he can pick that up when he comes down.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, can we get him to come down in the next couple of days?
Mr. Morrison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, anything further on Mr. Morrison this morning?
Not from the state.
Okay.
No, Judge, we urge the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Morrison.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes my business before Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so I also had the plea paperwork on Mr. Walker and Mr. Pullum. Are any of those cases ready to go forward? And I guess everyone else is waiting to speak with someone this morning, so we'll hold until there's an announcement.
Your Honor, if I don't know if Ms. Wilson is available, but we can proceed with Mr. Pullum. I believe you have all his paperwork.
I do. So I think that she might be speaking with someone. So as soon as she's available, we'll go. forward.
Thank you.
How are you doing today? I'm sorry, I saw you sitting over there, but I am.
Your Honor. I have completed the paperwork on Mr. Haynes. I forwarded that to the state. I wasn't sure who on your end I needed to email that to.
Try Miss Bolton, Miss Wilson, if you can hear me.
Okay, I will.
Brandy Bolton.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Wilson, I was on mute.
What is Miss Bolton's email?
It should be in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Who, it's Miss Githy, okay. She's not on camera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are we ready? I have Mr. Walker's paperwork.
Yes, Your Honor. I was just waiting. He did not sign the waiver of right to counsel. I didn't know if he signed it yet.
Yes, can you get, yeah, if you can sign it. Yeah, he's gonna be next. So Ms. Githia, I'm gonna go ahead and take Mr. Walker next.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Walker, you can come on back up. If you'll step over to the podium for me, please. Say it again.
I don't think this part right here. I'm sorry. Right here. You see that part?
Oh, okay, yes. And you're gonna be pleading guilty, is that correct? To Mr. Walker to the 3 counts of disorderly conduct?
Yes.
Okay, so you will need to, on the first line, if that's the case, you're gonna have to circle yes for me, please. Thank you. Does he have a pen? Thank you. Okay, good morning again, Mr. Walker. I'm Judge Eric Moore. It's my understanding that you are wishing to plead guilty to 3 counts of disorderly conduct this morning. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony that you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Githia.
Yes, Your Honor. The state expects the evidence to show that on November 17th, 2018, officers arrived to a fight call at McDonald's located at 35 Forsyth Street Southwest, Atlanta in Fulton County, in which Mr. Walker got into a dispute with 3 of the employees at McDonald's while they were taking his order. He became irate and got louder inside the restaurant, causing others to flee from the counter. He began calling Ms. Melvina Williams names, trying to get his order changed. And the 3 victims felt intimidated by Mr. Walker. The offer is 12 months probation, 3 anger management classes, 30 hours of community service, and no contact with the victims. Angelica Patterson, Melvina Williams, and Lundy Adrian.
Is there a history, Ms. Githia?
He has 2 cycles, Your Honor. And right now, my Odyssey is giving me a lot of problems. I'm unable to open it up to get what his charges were.
Can we get into Odyssey to see what his history is?
I am trying, Your Honor. Odyssey is still just thinking.
And, Your Honor, we did just receive a countywide email that Odyssey is having intermittent issues, because I am also having problems pulling up Odyssey.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is the case here, Your Honor. It's the only case that I see. It's better. The order to transfer to the DA's office, 5/3/2018.
Is there any disposition?
No, it's just the order. It says closed transfer, so it's in the DA's
Oh, okay.
office.
And what was the date?
5/3/2018.
Okay.
The activation was 2/20/2018.
All right, thank you. Anything further, Ms. Githia?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Walker, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 007513F, you wish to plead guilty to 3 counts of disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been, you have the right to be represented by counsel. It's my understanding that you have signed a waiver of your right to be represented, but
That's
represented
correct.
by counsel, and you're proceeding pro se today. Is that right?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to these charges, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
You've been given the plea sheet in this case. Did you fill out each of those boxes?
Yes.
And sign the bottom of the form?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation, that your probation can be affected by your guilty plea?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, that your immigration status can be affected by your guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you give your plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Walker. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation.
Thank you.
And once you've completed the 3 anger management classes and the 30 hours of community service, the probation will terminate, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't be on probation, all
All
right?
right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna give you before you go, where you need to go for probation. So if you'll do that in the next 2 weeks to get that started, all right?
Okay.
And the sooner you get this done, the sooner you'll be done with this.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So if we can
Your
get,
Honor,
yes,
if I can make a quick announcement, position number 23, Justin Johnson has logged on. He is present.
okay.
I don't think we're going to be able to resolve that today, Judge, but if you want to put it on a status calendar, we'll work on it.
All right, so the December 14th,
Yes, sir. May Mr. Johnson be excused until December 14th?
that'll be at 9 o'clock, Mr. Johnson, okay?
Okay, thank
Can you activate your camera for me, Mr. Johnson?
you. I can. I think they got me disabled.
Okay, you're a little bit late to court today. What was the problem?
No, I wasn't late. I was here the whole time. We're just having difficulties with my phone. I was here the whole time. Though.
Oh, okay, all right. So see if you can work that out, because I would not, oh, there you go. I didn't see you on here, so if you're ever late again, make sure you call your counsel and let her know that you're having problems with your with logging on, because I would not want to for you to be here and for us not to make note of that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you back on December 14th, Mr. Johnson.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, going back to Mr. Walker, can I please place on the record that I did provide the right to waiver of counsel form to Mr. Walker? I did not get it back. I don't know if he signed it. Did he sign it and provide it to you?
Yes, that's the first thing I went through with him.
Oh,
Ms.
okay, you did
Gittier,
go.
before I took the plea, that he had waived his right to counsel and that I received and his signed waiver.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see, can we do, I also have paperwork for Mr. Pullum. Are we ready to do that?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Pullum, can you?
One second, Ms. Wilson. Mr. Johnson, do you have your hand up?
Yes, I was just trying to ask, am I at school to leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see you back next month, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
All right. All right.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wilson. You were sounding for Mr. Pullum?
He said his phone went dead. He is trying to get back into the court Zoom, Judge.
Okay, so we'll hold until he can get back.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. There you go, Mr. Pullum. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
That's the other right hand. Okay. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Gittier?
Yes, Your Honor. The state expects the evidence to show that on December 7th, 2020, officers were called to 861 Jefferson Avenue in East Point, Georgia, located in Fulton County, in regards to a domestic dispute. Lonnie Pullum and Shatil Pullum got into a verbal argument over laundry when Mr. Pullum slapped Shatil Pullum, which is his wife, in the face. The offer is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, balance probated, family violence intervention program, a $200 fine, and no further violent contact with the victim, Shatil Pullum. The cruelty to children in the 3rd degree will be null prost.
Okay, Ms. Wilson?
Yes, Judge. I met with Mr. Pullum on Monday at the office and went over all of the paperwork. As you'll notice, we did forget to sign his free and voluntary waiver to a jury trial via email. He gave me express permission to jot his name down there, so I did do that. But I spoke with Mr. Pullum. I spoke with his wife. We would just ask that the court accept the recommendation that was made.
Ms. Githia, any objection to this going non-reporting when he completes the terms?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Pullum, it's my understanding in case 20 CR 005929E, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Pullum. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Pullum.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I excused?
Mr. Pullum, in the chat, we have placed where you need to go to probation. I ask that you contact them within the next 2 weeks, okay? So if you want to go to the chat and get that information before you leave, all right?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Ms. Wilson, are you still speaking with clients?
Well, no, Judge, I have one, Mr. Haynes is signed up and ready for a plea, and I'm waiting on paperwork from Mr. Tomlin.
Okay, so we'll take those, please. I know that Mr. Trejo's materials are still, I take it that he's speaking with someone. And we'll get announcements from him when he returns. So if you're still waiting to speak with a public defender, please hang on to it. Someone will be with you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes, Ms. Gant.
Is there anyone who hasn't spoken to a public defender who needs to? I am available. Mr. Jackson? You are on mute, sir.
I haven't spoken to one, Your Honor.
He's represented by Javier.
Which person, Mr.?
Mr. Jackson, he is on position 22 on the Orca B status calendar. It's Javier's client. I think he just needs to be patient.
And Marcos Tadeo?
Hi.
Do you have a public defender, sir? In the chat, it says that you see your public defender.
Yes, Mr. Trejo told me I was gonna speak to Mr. Khan, but he hasn't called me yet.
Okay, hold please.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gant. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Wilson, are we ready on Mr. Haynes?
We are, Judge.
Okay, so why don't we take that one next? Position number 20 on the Orca B status conference calendar. And let's see. Whose case is this from the state?
I believe it's Miss Marshall Stories.
Okay, doesn't seem like she's on. What about Bridget Scott?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Trejo. Bye-bye. Judge, I'm sorry, where I
Oh,
was
no.
talking to Mr. Trejo and may have missed part of the conversation.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine, Ms. Marshall Story. I was just seeing if we could go ahead with Mr. Haynes's plea.
Yes.
Okay, he's position 20 on the Orca B status conference calendar. Okay.
And Judge, before we start, I'll just put on the record that I called him on the phone, so I filled out all of the paperwork with his express permission.
Okay, very good. Mr. Haynes, I see you there. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm a testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down. You might want to step to the one side or the other. You're right in the line of the sun behind you in that window.
I'm here, Judge.
Okay, right, that's better. It's a little bit better. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Ms. Marshall Story?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation in this matter was 12 months probation and that the defendant complete 5 anger management classes, and the state would null process the 2 remaining charges.
Okay, so it's my understanding that he is pleading guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
That is correct.
He's asking to enter his plea under the no contest, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, the state has no objection.
Okay. Ms. Wilson,
Yes, Judge.
anything further?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
Mr. Haynes, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 004807E, you wish to plead no to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead no?
No.
I will accept the no plea as negotiated, Mr. Haynes. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation. And is there any objection, Ms. Marshall Story, to the probation terminating when he completes the terms?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and as soon as you get the 5 anger management classes done, you won't have to be on probation anymore. Okay, Mr. Haynes?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so in the chat, you should find where you need to report to probation. If you'll go ahead and report in the next week or so. And if you get the anger management classes done right away and you take that with you, then there'll be no need for you to be on probation, okay?
Okay, where do I go to probation? Where do I go to take the anger management class? Is it the same building?
Okay, well, if you, those are online classes. Isn't that correct, Ms. Marshall Story?
Yes, Your Honor, they can be taken online.
Right, so, and if you can't find them online, when you go to the probation, they'll instruct you how to get that done, okay?
Okay.
Anything further, Mr. Haynes? Any other questions?
No, sir, that'll be all good.
Okay, so make sure you go to the chat and get that information before you leave us, and once you do that, you're free.
I see it now.
Okay, all right, very good. Have a good day, sir.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
You're welcome. And Judge, I see Ms. Guithier there. If I could just ask her again about the paperwork on Mr. Tomlin.
Mr. Tomlin, okay, I just finished the paperwork for Mr. Trejo. I wasn't aware that Mr. Tomlin wanted to do a plea. I will get his plea paperwork in a second.
Thank you. I sent you an email if that helps.
Okay. All right, so court will be in recess. Mr. Jackson, do you still need the court for something? We can see you laying down on your couch. You're free to go if
I believe Mr. Trejo may want to speak to
Oh.
Mr. Jackson.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I'd handle Mr. Jackson already. All right, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Hang on for us.
I will speak with Mr. Jackson, Your Honor. I have announcements on a couple other cases right now as well.
Okay, all right. Mr. Trejo has joined us back. And whenever you're ready, Mr. Trejo.
Yes, sir. So on Mr. Mincy, we're going to be entering a plea on that case. I do have the plea paperwork. I'll go ahead and I'll fill that out and send that to the court. And then Mr. Jackson should be a very brief phone call, and then we'll be ready to take my folks that I have ready for pleas today.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and talk to Mr. Jackson?
It should be very brief, Your
Oh,
Honor.
you're fine. You're
Yes,
fine,
sir.
Mr. Trejo. Go ahead. As I take it that he's waiting for you.
Great.
All right, so we'll be in recess until you get back with us, or someone gets back.
Judge Morrow,
Yes, Ms. Gant.
I have had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Marcos Tadeo. Unfortunately, Your Honor, I do not know which calendar he is on. Perhaps it is Orca B. Let's see.
Yeah, it's 38. This is Panita Tadeo.
Yes, Your Honor. There is discovery that is an odyssey that I do need to review with Mr. Tadeo. So I'm asking, Your Honor, that we be reset to the next status calendar. And if there is an offer from the state, we would ask that be placed on the record, Your Honor.
All right, so the next status calendar is December 14th at 9. And whose case is this? 38.
So to get the air, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, you said you needed discovery, Ms. Gant?
No, I stated that discovery is present in Odyssey, but I am just taking over this case, so I will need a moment to review it and discuss with my client.
Oh, okay.
She wanted the offer placed on the record, Ms. Githia.
Oh, okay. The offer is 12 months probation, 4 anger management classes, and no further violent contact with the victim, Alexa Perez, and an alcohol drug evaluation and treatment if required.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may Mr. Tadeo be excused?
Yes, have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Smith, do you have down what we did on position 9? Apparently he was here in person, Brittany.
We do have the plea paperwork in person trails.
Oh, so we're gonna take a plea on that one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a few more announcements, Your Honor, and then it'll just be a matter of, I see some paperwork in my inbox here. I'll get that to the court. On Mr. Willie Jackson, that is position, that's on the B calendar. That's position 22. I've spoken to the state. My client still maintains that there might be some mitigating factors. If we can set that for a final plea, if this is one that we'll be able to work out. We'll just need some time to get some materials from my client.
Okay, December 14th, final plea calendar?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then
Oh,
and you can go ahead and log off, Mr. Jackson.
oh, okay. All right.
We'll see you back on the 14th, Mr. Jackson.
On the 14th
Yes, sir.
The 14th.
of next month.
Yes, sir. You'll get a
All
notice.
right. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll be pleading on position 27. I already have the paperwork and I'll go ahead and submit that to the court.
Okay.
And then on position,
What is he gonna do? I mean, position 28?
yes, Your Honor. So position 28 will be null prost and we'll be entering a plea on position 27.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And position 9, Mr. Britton is in person. I think he was just waiting in the hallway. We've reached an agreement where we'll enter a plea and that one will close with credit for time served for Ms. Riley. So we'll be ready to move forward on that one as well.
Okay.
And that should wrap up all my matters once we get some of this paperwork filled out.
All right. And what about, whose client is Mr. Stowe?
Mr. Stowe, I have the plea paperwork for him as well, Your Honor.
Okay,
And he'll be entering that plea as well.
okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm not sure if Ms. Wilson is available or she's speaking to a client, but I would need to speak with her regarding position 10 on Orca B, Andre Brown.
I am available. I'm just waiting on that paperwork for Mr. Tomlin. But I'll shoot you an email and you can feel free to give me a call on Mr. Brown.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Hey, do Andre Brown have to stay in?
Yes, Mr. Brown, if you'll hold on for us, please.
No problem, sir.
Thank you. Okay, we'll be on recess until someone's ready to move forward.
On position 9, Your Honor, Mr. Britton, he's just informed me that rather than accepting the plea that's currently on the table, he would rather enter a not guilty plea and go to trial, as is his right. So we would move to request a jury trial. I will ask that Ms. Riley read the terms on the record.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Did you hear that, Ms. Riley?
I did, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months to serve 90 days credit for time served. The balance of probation suspended, so the case would close today. But that offer is now withdrawn as that goes to a jury trial calendar. And if Mr. Britton decides to enter a plea at a later date or prior to trial, it would be either non-negotiated or 2 different terms. So essentially, this is a credit for time served recommendation.
Yes, Mr. Britton, you'd like to address the court?
Yes, I would, sir. As I spoke to Javier earlier, I was basically letting him know that.
Come on around here, so I can get you on camera. And let me just advise you, Mr. Britton, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have an attorney present here today that's representing you. I'm happy to speak with you, but I want you to know that, as you can see, there are solicitors that are on the line, and anything you say, they're going to be making note of. So a lot of times people will say things that they think might be in their interest and will help them, when in actuality it doesn't. But with that said, if you want to say something to me, I'm happy to listen to what you say.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, good morning, first and foremost.
Good morning.
Well, I spoke with Javier, and he was basically informed me of offers. I relayed to him my my stance of the whole situation. It's been 2 years now that I've been waiting to appear in court to rectify the situation, but I don't, as I explained to Javier as well, I was the one that initially called the police.
1 second, Mr. Britton. Your Honor, not to interrupt my client, while Ms. Riley was putting the offer on the table, he communicated to me that he changed his mind a second time and does want to go ahead and enter the plea. I'll let him say his piece first to confirm that that is his final answer, but that's why I wanted to give him the opportunity to communicate that to the court, just because we've gone back and forth a couple of times. So I just wanted him to speak directly to you. I think that would give him some peace as well.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so you know, as I explained to Javier, my stance of the situation, I do not agree with the accusation.
Okay, let me tell you just before you go on, sir, that if you tell me that you're not guilty, I'm not going to accept a guilty plea from you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're telling me that that you're not guilty of the crime or the offense, then I can't accept a guilty plea from you on something that you're telling me here in open court that you're not guilty of. You understand what I'm saying? So regardless of what the offer is that's on the table, because I'll have to go through the paperwork with you, and you'll have to tell me that you are pleading guilty to the crimes that you're charged with. And if you tell me one thing and then you tell me another, I can't accept that plea. You understand what I'm saying?
Your Honor, I apologize. Nolo is available to Mr. Britton.
Okay, and what charge is he going to plead to if he does plead, Ms. Riley?
Both the simple battery, family violence, and the simple battery are there, but the simple battery is a lesser included of the simple battery, family violence. So it is count 1.
Okay, so it's my understanding that why I was saying that the policy of your office has been not to accept a NOLO on any type of family violence charges. Is that going to be different in this case?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that we do not accept NOLO on battery family violence offenses.
Okay, but you are willing to accept a NOLO on the simple battery family violence.
Yes, Your Honor.
So do you want to explain that? Did you already?
I will, Your Honor. I'll explain it to him right now.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I am still experiencing difficulties opening up my Odyssey, and I have 3 more pleas, but I'm unable to get to the documents I need in order to do the factual basis. So I just wanted to let you know I'm trying, but I'm still having problems getting them.
You won't have to do a factual basis if you get counsel to stipulate.
We'll stipulate.
Okay.
All right, very good.
And
Yes.
my client does want to enter a NOLO plea, Your Honor.
He does?
He does. And I have the paperwork in front of me. He and I will run through it and we'll be able to enter that plea today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All
sir.
right, thank you.
All right.
You can have a seat and then we'll wait to be called.
Is there a reason that I have 2 of these? I'm gonna get it together. Okay. No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure. Mr. Hudson, what case are you here on?
Sorry, y'all, I'm parked. I am here on Monica Freeman. She's on, and I thank you, Ms. Bolton, for reaching out.
Okay. Let me see if I can find, I've got a number of calendars this morning, so.
Your Honor, she is on the Orca B status calendar. Position. Position 16.
16, thank you. Mr. Hudson, what are we doing with Ms. Freeman today?
Ms. Riley, I didn't get a chance to get back at you, but good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You hit me up about the pay the $400 restitution in your dismissed case.
Correct.
And I thought I responded. Ms. Freeman is on board with that. We'll just pay the money on the condition, since you know the full facts of the case of what really happened from our previous conversation. So
yes, sir.
And, it's my understanding you'll be non-processing dismissing the case once it's paid?
Yes, Mr. Hudson. So, Your Honor, if we could place this on a final plea calendar to give Mr. Hudson and his client time to get the restitution amount to the proper person, that will dispose of the case.
Okay.
And that'll be me, Judge. I'll be getting the check because Ms. Freeman doesn't have any contact with the alleged victim, who actually should be the co-defendant if we speaking. But I'll get the $400 money to the co-defendant, and then I can let Miss let Miss Riley know. That way we can enter a null process when we return. So we don't need that much time, maybe 1 month or 1 month reset on 30 days reset to the next available calendar.
All right, we'll reset you to December 14th, final plea calendar.
Okay, what time is that final plea calendar?
That's at 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Judge. I'll be present. I just notated my file as well. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Riley. Great seeing
Thank you, Mr. Hudson. Good to see you.
So you understand the maximums. Lesser sentence for lesser sentence. Promise to recommend the following sentence. Doesn't United States citizen immigration status.
And Your Honor, while we're waiting, I believe Ms. Wilson and I have a announcement on position 10 on the Orca B status calendar.
Okay.
If we could place that on a final plea calendar, Your Honor, the state is going to do a little further investigation and we should have a resolution at that time. And if it still needs to go to a trial calendar, it can be done at the final plea calendar, but we believe we may be able to resolve it prior to that.
Okay, the December 14th, 9 a.m. final plea calendar work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Judge, and may Mr. Brown be excused?
Yes.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day, Mr. Brown.
And Judge, I did send in the paperwork for Mr. Tomlin, so we should be ready for that plea whenever you're ready.
Okay, as soon as I get it, I will take the plea.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Okay, are we ready for Mr. Tomlin?
Defense is ready, Judge. Mr. Tomlin, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, the state is ready, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Tomlin. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, you put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Githia?
Your Honor, the state's offer is for the simple battery, 12 months to serve 3 days, credit for time served 3 days, balance probated, 40 hours of community service, mental health evaluation and treatment, and no further violent contact with the victim, Vanessa Lewis. The simple battery family violence offense will be null pros.
Okay, Ms. Wilson?
Judge, I did go over all of that paperwork with Mr. Tomlin. As you'll see, I did note his signature everywhere with express permission. We would ask that you accept the plea as negotiated, and we would ask that his probation either terminate or go to non-reporting upon successful completion of the term.
Okay, I will have it go to non-reporting. Okay. Mr. Tomlin, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 0058885E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Tomlin, I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
All right, appreciate that.
All right. And Mr. Tomlin, you should find in the chat where you need to report to probation. Give them about 2 weeks. And then you can start reporting, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Yes.
If I could make a quick announcement on position number 34, Barnane Richardson, I'm certain I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but
I'm
they
here.
were a failure to appear. She's now here.
Okay,
Ms.
let
Richardson,
me
can you turn
finish
your
up.
camera on?
Let
I'm
me
sorry.
finish up with Mr. Tomlin first.
Oh,
And,
I'm sorry, Judge.
Mr. Tomlin, if you don't have any questions, and once you get that information, you're free to go, okay? All right, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Wilson, on position 34.
I'm sorry, Judge. I thought you were finished with Mr. Tomlin. Yes, position number 34 is now here. Ms. Richardson, can you turn your camera on for the court?
Yes, ma'am, I'm right here.
Okay. Judge, I have not had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Richardson and go over some discovery with her, so we'd ask that this be reset to the status calendar.
Okay. Ms. Richardson, what was the issue this morning?
I'm sorry.
Why are you late joining this call today?
I've been in the call the whole time. I've been in the call since this morning.
Oh,
I've been in this call
okay.
the whole time.
Well, we called your name a number of times and we didn't have a response from you, so we didn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I know earlier I asked if you called my name or not. And they said no.
Okay. So we will reset you until December 14th so that your lawyer can get the information that she needs to move the case forward, okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
It's going to be for status conference calendar at 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Will it still be the same link again?
It'll be the same thing, same Zoom link.
Okay.
May
Thank you.
Ms. Richardson be excused?
Yes, have a good day, Ms. Richardson.
Thank you. You all have a good one too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I have Ms. Scott and Mr. Britton's paperwork.
And which does the court prefer to take first, Your Honor?
It's whichever one's ready.
Let's take Mr. Britton very quickly, just because he's
Okay.
here already.
All right, come on up, Mr. Britton. Mr. Britton, can you raise your right hand for me?
Well, sir, don't be me to be a bother, but actually, I prefer not to. I actually, don't swear unless I'm swearing to the.
I'm not going to ask you to swear. You can swear or affirm. So all you have to do is tell me that you're going to tell the truth.
Okay, yes.
You do that?
In the name of the I, yes.
Okay. So you promise that you're going to tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
And this is, Ms. Riley, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor. Are you ready for the state to proceed?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you. The state would expect the evidence to show that on October 23rd of 2020, officers responded to 3236 Timber Ridge in reference to a domestic disturbance. Upon arrival, one of the involved parties was not at the location, and I apologize, that is in Fulton County. The officer spoke to the wife that was there, as well as another child that was at the home, and indicated that Mr. Britton approached the child that had left for being disrespectful and walking around the house inappropriately clothed. One of the sons, and that was the daughter, one of the sons intervened, to which there became a scuffle between he and his son, and he pushed his son. The state's recommendation in this case is 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for time served 90 days. And Mr. Britton, the case closes today, Your Honor.
Mr. Trejo?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We appreciate the state's willingness to negotiate this one and give him credit for the 3 months he already did in custody. We just ask the court accept the no plea as negotiated.
Mr. Britton, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 005252E, you wish to plead NOLO to simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading NOLO to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Correct.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead NOLO?
No, sir.
I'll accept the NOLO plea as negotiated, Mr. Britton. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day, sir.
You got it, all right? You have any questions? Okay. All right, thank you. You can ask for one. Just go ahead and ask her for one.
Okay, are we ready on Ms. Scott?
Yes, sir.
And,
Ms. Scott, there you go.
I'm here.
okay, good afternoon, Ms. Scott. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is for counts 2 and 3, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree and battery family violence. It's 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served, the 1 day, balance probated, family violence intervention program, 20 hours of community service, and no further violent contact with the victim, Jaden Scott. Counts 1, 4, and 5, battery substantial physical harm, simple battery family violence, and simple battery will be null pros.
Nothing further, Your Honor. We just ask the court accept this plea as negotiated. Ms. Scott would like to be sentenced pursuant to first offender if the court is amenable to it. This was a situation where, there was an altercation between Ms. Scott and some of her children. That simply got out of hand. My client doesn't have an additional record, and my client also has faced some financial hardships as a result of this case remaining open for as long as it has. And so she would just like to put it past her as soon as possible. And we would ask that the court accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is a battery family violence case, and I do have a note that Ms. Scott did did strike Ms. Jaden Scott in the face, and there was the officer did observe a mark under Ms. Jaden Scott's eye, and I do see that Ms. Scott has 4 cycles. I can't tell you what they are at this moment, but she does have 4 cycles that do appear in GCIC. So for that reason, the state does object to a first offender.
All right. Can someone see if they can tell me what those other charges were. I'm sorry, say it again. Yes, please. I mean, she has no other similar charges, and I'm amenable to a first offender. I mean, it could be 4 cycles of traffic charges.
Your Honor, I'm trying to pull it up. Give me a moment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
One moment, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. I'm showing in 2006, there was an arrest for aggravated assault. And then this arrest. Yes, I'm seeing, I'm not sure what the other 2 cycles are, but I'm showing 2 cycles, and the first being an aggravated assault from 2005.
But no, no disposition.
Let's see.
Only thing I see, Your Honor, is I see it for battery and cruelty to children.
That's this,
That's
that might be this one.
case. Yeah.
Sorry, Your Honor, it kicked me out. Give me just a moment. Okay. So it appears that the charges were dismissed. There was an aggravated assault, obstruction of law enforcement officer, and disorderly conduct, and the charges were dismissed.
Okay, given that she doesn't have any convictions, I'm going to allow her to use the first offender.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We ready to move forward?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Scott, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 004908E, that you wish to be guilty to cruelty to children in the 3rd degree and battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Ms. Scott, I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay.
If you'll go to the chat, Ms. Scott, it'll show you where you need to report to probation and if you'll report in the next 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you have any additional questions?
Oh, no, I don't.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too.
Okay, who do we have next? Or are we ready on anything?
Mr. Stowe should be ready.
Your Honor. All right, as soon as I get his paperwork. Thank you, Mr. Moore. I'll see you Friday.
I did.
Do you need something, Mr. Britton?
I was just waiting for a copy of the.
Oh, okay, all right. I just wanted to acknowledge that I see you here.
Brandy, you see still?
I copied Ms. Bolton on it when I sent it back.
This is all I have. I mean,
Can sign it. That's okay.
This is it. I just read. Scroll down, scroll down. Yeah, all we have is this, the wording.
Yeah, I'll send it. I filled it. Sure.
Okay, one moment.
Okay. You said. All set?
Thank you. Okay, this is Ms. Scott's side. All right, are we ready, Mr. Trejo?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stowe, I appreciate your patience with the court this morning. Can you raise your right hand for us? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hands down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is for the simple battery family violence. It is 12 months probation, 2 anger management classes, alcohol drug evaluation and any required treatment, and no further violent contact with the victim, Thomas W. Stowe.
Nothing, Your Honor. We ask that the court accept the plea as negotiated. My client is also interested in using his privilege as a first offender.
Any objections?
No objection.
Thank you.
Mr. Stowe, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 005322E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes,
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
I am not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
I am very much so.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes,
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Stowe. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
All right, and if you'll go to the chat, you will see where you need to report to probation.
I already have that written down.
Okay, very good. And if you will do that in the next 2 weeks or so, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, and this will be done under the first offender.
Appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Stowe.
And my excuse?
Anything further?
Nothing from me.
Yes, you're excused. Have a good
All
day.
right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Let's see. Are we waiting to take care of anyone further?
The final one that I was going to enter for my positions, Your Honor, is Mr. Mincy. That's position 27. He was on the call earlier, and I spoke to him on the hallway, and I told him to rejoin. Send him another message to rejoin. I haven't seen him rejoining at this time, but the plea paperwork is I think there was 1 page missing, but the rest of it's filled out.
Okay. Do you want to? Are you asking for a reset, Mr. Trejo? I mean, I'm willing to reset.
If he's not present, Your Honor, then I think setting it to a final plea, and then at that point, like I said, he's willing to enter the plea. The paperwork is already filled out. You know, if the court is willing to grant us that one final,
Right,
then that's it.
He was here.
Yes, sir.
And you never. I mean, something could have happened with his internet or.
And that's the sense that I got when I was on the phone with him, Your Honor. I heard a lot of extra things in the background, so I think something may have come up with him.
Okay.
But
so
it'll be one that we'll be able to handle right off the top next time.
we will reset it for the December 14th final plea count.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So have we taken care of everyone this morning? Everyone that showed? All right, so if it doesn't appear that there's anyone else on the line, so whenever Ms. Smith and Ms. Bolton are ready, we will go over the calendar.
Your Honor, there is a Brandon M at the
So-
bottom of the screen or bottom of my screen that's been trying to connect to audio for a long time, and also a Zoom user as well as Demetrius.
Okay. If the Zoom user, well, Brandon is not connecting, when we get to his name, make a note that he's trying to connect and we'll deal with him at that point. And who was the final one?
Someone named Demetrius.
Demetrius.
Demetrius Butts.
What's your last name, sir?
Yes.
Butts.
Position 3 on Orca status. We were still on hold for that one.
Okay, this is Mr. Butts, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Can you activate your calendar? I mean, your camera, Mr. Butts?
It's been deactivated by the host. Oh, okay. I got it.
All right, there you go. It was my understanding that you wanted to speak to the solicitor this morning. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you, if I remember correctly, it was my understanding that you did not qualify for the public defender. Is that right?
I did not.
Okay. Is this your case, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he wanted to hear the state's offer.
Okay.
It is 12 months probation to attend and complete a family violence intervention program and to have no contact with the victim, Brandon Maynard.
Okay, so Mr. Butts, that's the state's offer for a plea of guilty. You can do, you can either accept that offer and enter a plea to, you can request a jury trial, or you can request a bench trial if you don't want to accept the offer.
I would like to request a jury trial.
Okay.
In Your Honor, for the record, the state's offer is now withdrawn. If Mr. Butts chooses to enter a plea prior to trial, it will be non-negotiated, or, you know, it would be a different offer from what was just stated.
Okay. And so, Mr. Butts, do understand what ASG Riley is saying. Also, you've requested a jury trial. You are proceeding pro se at the present time. The jury trial will be set for January. I suggest to you strongly that if you do wish to go forward with a jury trial, that you try to get yourself counsel. If you don't get counsel and you proceed pro se with a jury trial, you will have to have the tools to move forward with that jury trial with you representing yourself, meaning that you're going to have to argue any motions. You're going to have to pick a jury. You're going to have to know how to present evidence. You're going to have to know what evidence can't be presented, and things of that nature. So I strongly suggest to you that if you do wish to plead guilty to this battery family violence, and let me, just for the record, let me say that you've been charged in case 19 CR 008304F with battery family violence. This charge carries a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So just so you know the seriousness of the charge, and I don't know anything about the case, but if you are found guilty, that's the maximum penalty. So you could be facing up to 12 months in jail in regards to this matter. Okay? And again, you have the right to a jury trial, or you have the right to a bench trial. The jury trial will be in front of your peers. A bench trial will be in front of me. So, do you still wish to proceed onto the jury trial calendar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will send you a notice for that calendar in as soon as we have one established for a date in January, okay?
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna get you some paperwork prior to that time. We'll need for you to sign it and get it back to the court, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions for me?
Not at all.
All right, you have a good day, sir.
All right, sir.
Thank you. Let's see, Zoom user. Do you have business with the court? And it looks like Brandon M is still trying to connect. Once we get, I'm not sure if I see him on the calendar, I'll make a note of that and we'll discuss. He's trying to get in, but apparently he's having some technical issues. If nothing further, and if you all are ready, we'll go over the calendars.
Just an 8 for Orca C, I must have missed that announcement, so that's the only announcement that I need.
Mr. Howard is not he was a no-show. I believe that the state has requested a bench warrant. We are at almost 1 o'clock, so bench warrant will be granted.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Orca C, final plea. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Orca C, final plea, position 1. It's not the calendar that was off. Okay. Position 1, reset 12/28, final plea calendar. Position 2, null pros. Position 3, reset 1/11/2023 for status. Position 4 was a plea. Position 5, reset 12/28 for status. Position 6, reset 1/11/2023 for status. Position 7 was a plea. Orca C status conference. Position 1, reset 12/28 status. Position 2, reset 1/11/2023 status. Position 3, jury trial request. Position 4, reset 1/11/2023 final status. Position 5, reset final plea 12/28. Position 6 was a plea.
I'm sorry, Ms. Bolton. I had position 5 as final plea on 12/11. Is the 28th?
Yes, it's not 12/11, it's 12/28.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Position 6 was a plea. Position 7 is a reset for 12/14 at 9:00 a.m. for a status. I'm sorry, yes. Reset 12/14 at 9 a.m. for status. Position 8, bench warrant. Position 9, reset 12/28 status. Position 10, reset 12/28 status, 12/28 for a final plea. Position 11, what was that? That wasn't mine. What was it, a reset?
Reset status conference.
Reset status conference, 12/14. Position 12, jury trial demand.
I'm sorry, Miss, is this Miss Bolton?
Yes.
Can you say the names only because this was the calendar that Judge Morrow, his was slightly different than ours?
Yes, I'm sorry about that. The original calendar that I sent out was my calendar, but it was an add-on, so it offset the number. So if you printed the calendar out and not the one that I sent, then it will be offset.
Go back to, position
So for Sheridan Merritt, just if you can.
Okay, for Mr. Merritt, it's jury trial demand.
Okay.
For Elizabeth, it's a reset 111 status. Miss Christy Ortega Martinez, reset January 11th for status. Mr. Pittman, reset 111 for status. And position 16, which is the last position, Devontae, there's a reset for 1/11/2023 at 9 a.m. for a status.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and
Position 11, my apologies. For your Bryant McGee.
Your trial request. Please correct that.
My apologies for Mr. Bryant McGee. That's the Orca B status. That's the Orca B case. It is a jury trial demand.
And on position number 9, Samuel Jones, are we still waiting for the conflict defender? Is that the reason for the reset?
Yes, it was actually conflict attorney was actually requested on 10/28. So I haven't received follow-up regarding that case. So yes, the reset was for the conflict attorney.
Okay, thank you.
and Ms. Bolton on Orca C, final plea number 3.
It's a conflict attorney, yes.
Right, so if we can get possibly the same conflict attorney for.
Yes, Your Honor,
those
and
cases.
as we were going through the calendar, I already sent a request for it. So as of 11/16, a conflict attorney for position 3 and a follow-up for the conflict attorney for the other position, Ms. Lee has been requested.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear me?
A little bit louder, please.
Can you hear me now?
That's better, thank you.
Position 1, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 2, FTA bench warrant. Position 3, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 4, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 5, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 6, status conference, reset, December 14th. Position 7, plea. Position 8, reset status conference, December 14th. Position,
I'm sorry, was position 7 not that was a plea?
I'm sorry, no process.
Okay.
Position 8, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 9, plea. Position 10, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 11, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 12, reset bench trial, January 25th at 1:30. Position 13, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 14, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 15, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 16, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 17, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 18, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 19, reset, jury trial. Further notice sometime in January. Position 20, plea. Position 21, jury trial request. Position 22, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 23, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 24.
I'm sorry, on position number 23, did the defendant show up? I think we were holding to see if he showed up by the end of the calendar.
He did show up, I believe.
Yeah, he appeared late.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Johnson did appear.
And what was that date?
December 14th.
Okay, thank you.
Position 24, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 25, jury trial request. Position 26, jury trial request. It's also position 11 on Orca C calendar. Position 27, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 28, reset final plea, December 14th. Position 19, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 30, jury trial request. Position 31, plea. Position 32, jury trial request. Position 33, FTA, bench warrant. Position 34, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 35, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 36, plea. Position 37, plea. Position 38, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 39, plea. Position 40, reset status conference, December 14th.
Sorry, one more time. Can you go through positions 38 through 40? 38 was, I have Marcos Tadeo Pineda. 39, I have Eric Tomlin. 40, I have Ms. Walker.
What's your question?
What were do you mind just rereading what the
Position 28.
oh, sorry,
reset.
28. No, I said 38, 39.
Position
40.
38, reset status conference, December 14th. Position 39, plea.
Okay.
Position 40, reset status conference, December 14th.
Great, thank you so much.
All right. Anything further for these calendars today? If not, thank you all very much. It's always a pleasure. And I will, I guess, see you next week.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Everyone.
Y'all be safe.
You too.
Thank you.